Hold on, wait. I literally have the image right here. I'm making it real
All
quick.
I needed was that mega evolution symbol.
Here we go. Here we go. Okay, here we go. All right, I got it. This is what I was looking for. All right, Shofu, I got the picture.
Oh, okay. Well,
sorry, it took me.
God, go again.
That's fine. You can be live, but I have the better picture. This is the one we're gonna use. This is like unquestionably what we have to use. It's not even a shadow of a doubt. Okay. Yeah, this is perfect. Had a little bit of a color balance on this. Up the opacity. Drop the exposure. And that'll about do it for that outrage. Okay, here we go. Boom. Merge layers. Yeah, this is without a shout. This is perfect. Perfect. Okay, Shofu, you ready?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Oh, hold on. Where's the podcast thing?
So
here we go, Shofu.
On the viewer one, do you want them the ability to put their name on it or no? Just keep it all
Why do we need their name?
Anonymous.
You're gonna hunt them down if they give you a 1?
Because I think
I might.
there could be content that.
What is in the bottle? Is that a
Doxing
bottle?
people?
Bro,
No,
what
no.
is that? Is that fentanyl, bro?
All
What the fuck?
Is this AI?
Says ZAZA with the Fenty?
No, I literally just made it in Photoshop.
I don't believe you for a fucking. You used fucking Photoshop's AI shit then.
Yeah, because the
Not
text
look
is
at my
AI.
thing. Bro, I literally just did the shadow blur thing. You want to see my screen? Look.
I bet you used a
I will
feature
go-
that is powered by AI without realizing
Most
it.
definitely did not. Take a
I
look.
gotta stop
Hold on.
doing this, man.
Look, take a look. Look. What do we? How do I go live? Come here.
Because I
Look.
mess with it.
Oh,
Look
God,
what I
that
did. Hold
crackle
on.
is
Share your
crazy.
screen. Look at my thing. Go live.
How?
Look at my screen. Okay. What I did. I'm gonna go back. You guys can see my process. Okay. Control Z. Let's go all the way back before I added all the features. Hold on.
What the fuck?
Hold on. So there we go.
Ah.
So it was this initial Zygarde photo, which I
Okay,
got
that's
off Google, right? And then we have to go. How do I do the thing where it's
Control
like
Y.
redo?
No, it's
Control. Oh, Shift Control Z. All right.
Yeah,
So
they
Shift
changed it.
Control Z.
Photoshop?
So then I
They
added
know they
Jim
changed it.
Ryan because I thought it'd be funny to have Jim Ryan. And then I was trying to edit the color, and I was like, that's not good. And then I went to Google and I looked for a bottle of ZAZA, which I found right here. These are ZAZA
So you
gummies.
just fucked up the. Okay,
Right.
I get it.
And
now.
then exactly. And then I added the
But that's
stylized
just-
feature.
It just so happens
Oh.
that's
When
exactly
you
how
go-
AI
yeah.
font looks.
Oh yeah, no. So when you go down here, you know, Shift Control, and then it would be V, I guess. Is that how you redo? Or no, Shift Control.
Shift Control
Hold
Z.
on, wait. Oh no, oil paint. It was oil paint. Shift Control Z. So then I did this, and I turned it into oil paint, and then I adjusted the size
you-
so it fits in Zygardes,
Your-
and then
your
I
oil
adjusted
point
the exposure.
AI-ified the box.
And then there we go. It did actually genuinely look like AI. But no, this is not AI.
We gotta stop fucking doing this shit, bro. Stop with the blind AI accusations, man. What the fuck?
Oh, we gotta be. We gotta
I was
be
like, I
vigilant.
promise it's
No,
not. I
bro,
want my-
chill. You don't gotta do. You shot him already. He didn't even explain himself. He's already on the ground bleeding,
No,
bro. He's innocent,
I
bro.
didn't
just
shoot.
suggesting.
I don't want
I
people
pulled- I
thinking
pulled
this
the
is
gun.
AI. This is a work of art that I just
Yo,
made.
That's what I'm
just
saying.
suggesting
Like,
we should do in terms of like order of talking. I think we should do Pokemon last.
I agree. We should do Pokemon last. Yeah,
I think it should be
think we
direct
could-
stuff and then whatever
I
is
agree.
going on.
I think we breeze through direct stuff. I think we open with TKKO or TXKO
okay.
or whatever.
Dude,
Yeah.
that shit so.
That game sucks.
What an
That should
awful
sound like
name.
a Saturday morning cartoon.
Absolutely terrible.
I've got the
Your
name
mic
alternate
is,
for you.
It's popping a lot, Zeph.
Oh,
Roger, I'm gonna tell you right now.
Yes.
Shofu and I are going first.
now
Going
again.
first, what do you mean?
Now again.
Oh,
right?
oh, wait. Oh, shit. Hold on. Wait. Oh, no, I can't show that
What
yet.
the
Wait.
fuck
Shofu.
is-
Hold on. Wait. Shofu, I had a video to play at the beginning of the show. Technically, Aro and I are not allowed to show that video currently. We have to wait for the next show. So it's not going to be that video.
I don't even know what you're talking about, so that's fine. But
Perfect then. All right, cool. Perfect. I didn't know if McDarrett, did you send that over?
No.
Cool. All right, hold it for the next show because we can't technically show that till Thursday. So on Thursday we can do it, but we can't show that yet. It's the thing, Zeph. It's the thing you saw, Zeph.
Yeah.
Actually,
I
Ricky,
figured.
you saw it too. Yeah. But we're not allowed to show it till Thursday.
This
Thursday?
Thursday?
We can show it. This upcoming Thursday, right?
Why didn't I see it?
Okay.
Because it
So
was
we have
in
another
other-
show this Thursday?
No. I'm
No,
saying this
no.
Thursday we can like talk about what that is, and then
Oh, okay. I got you.
we'll do it on the actual next show. Yeah.
Let me just
Alright,
grab
makes sense.
another one real fast.
Okay. And then we are good to go. Do.
I'm gonna let you get a Bobby Bobson feature.
Who's Bobby Bobson?
Exactly. Keep that shit,
Oh, okay. I was just curious who that is.
bro. Thanks for the assist, Roger. I appreciate it.
You're very welcome. Anytime, brother. Feels good to be back in the days of Pokemon speculation. You know what it is?
Yo, Chad, you gotta stop asking me about Rising. That shit's trash right now. Please understand.
They can still go crazy.
And then I'll put this in the editing room for vanilla. And that'll do it for outrage. Okay.
Let me know if that one's fine as MOV or if I need to render it. Oh, I don't have the intro on that one. Actually,
Just
give
keep
me-
me in
what's up,
just chat,
Snark?
Vanilla.
I see
Give me a
Snark in
couple
the chat.
seconds.
What's going on, Snark? How are you, buddy?
Fix this.
Having a good day? I heard you talking with Shofu this morning, talking about getting dick down or something, is what you said?
What the fuck?
That's what he was saying this morning.
Is that Snark?
Am I incorrect? It was Snark. Am I incorrect?
Oh,
Is that what he
my
said?
boy.
Yo,
I just wouldn't let. I just
my
wouldn't let
hands are
anybody
up.
talk about.
Snark, I don't know what he talking about.
Snark,
just
what
wouldn't
was it
let
that you were
anybody
talking?
say
You said
something
something about
about
like double. You I know you know what I'm talking
Double,
about.
double.
You said it this
Talking.
morning.
Hey, yo, why are you doing this to my mans, bro?
I'm not. He's my
What-
man's too. I
what
like
did he
Snark.
do to you for you to be doing this to him right now?
You guys were talking about. I watched
Talk
your
about
reaction
double and fuck.
post
Yo,
morning.
hey, yo, bro.
He said he stayed hard. That's what it was. He said I'm rock hard. I'm
yo.
staying hard. That's what he said. I knew he said something.
That's facts, Snark. Dap me up. That's facts.
What?
Yes, he said he was on that Rhino.
You
line.
motherfuckers are crazy.
No, Shofu, this is a layup. This is a layup. Start the stream. This is a layup.
Oh my god.
This is a layup. This is a layup, and
Hold
we
on,
don't even
Derek
know.
should be a foul.
Yeah, just it doesn't have the intro after it, but just use that
Yeah,
one.
this shit about an hour late, buddy.
I thought Roger was it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it was my bad. It was my bad.
yeah.
Got caught up.
All right.
Aye.
So for fun, I wanted to see who had the highest stat total. Who do you guys think it is?
Gotta be
Shofu,
Shofu.
probably.
Like
Yeah.
all their points
Roger.
added up.
I think it's Shofu.
I
Wouldn't
think
it be-
Roger maybe?
Wouldn't it be show?
Viram.
Viram, there you
Oh,
go. All
that
right,
also- that
makes
also
sense.
makes sense.
That makes
That
sense.
also makes sense.
That tracks.
Wait, what's happening? I
I did. I
You are
totaled
being
up the-
deported.
I totaled up the stat numbers.
From where?
From
Okay.
London.
They're going back to the gulag.
What?
That's what I'm saying.
oh yeah no the stat
Adele,
totals I'm the high.
My bike.
Yes, yeah. What's
Hey,
going
Michael,
on?
All numbers added up. It's
Welcome,
Viram.
welcome. We got a full
Uh,
house
What's going
tonight.
on?
This is lovely.
Was that
What's the
Fidel that asked
topic?
who's
Hey,
lowest?
you know what
No,
else
it
Snark
was
said
me.
today?
It was me.
Oh,
he said
well, it
he
was
said he
Fidel.
adds ER to the end of everything.
What?
Hey, whoa.
That's what he said. That's what he said.
Whoa.
Verbatim. That's what he said verbatim.
I think that's worse than what Roger. Actually, no. Rogers was pretty bad.
No, that's expected from Roger. Honestly. I expect that.
What?
Expected. What are you talking
Shofu was
about?
second. Shofu was
Bro, he
second. for
wasn't even
total
talking.
points,
He
So
was
that's
not even talking about
acceptable
Roger
for a
there.
couple
That's
different-
crazy.
and I got
Next.
third
Nice.
somehow.
Just know my dexterity is way too low.
You're still second on point total though.
Well, your
Like,
knees
every-
don't
But
work.
my dexterity,
Shit.
bro. My knees
You
work
gotta have
perfectly
one. You gotta
fine,
have
bro.
something. You gotta have something that's low.
Not dexterity. Make
Which one
me
would you put? What would you
intelligence.
put
I'm a
as your
fucking
lowest?
idiot. Straight up.
That's
Yo,
true.
you jumping like Zach Levine, bro?
What, bro?
There
Who
you
the
go.
fuck? Who are you talking to, bro?
The guy with the low dexterity.
Bro. First of all, Zach Levine is the most athletic player to ever touch a basketball court in history. all right?
Exactly.
Second
That's
of
a five
all,
right there.
I
Second
agree.
of all-
As a Bulls fan, I agree.
Second of all,
Roger,
all them
shut your
dunks
mouth.
he
I wanna
doing,
know
I
how-
taught him how to
Shut
do.
your
All
mouth.
right, I taught him how to do
Somehow-
every single one of them.
Somehow
taught
I got-
him how to do.
I got third somehow, and then Roger and Zeph tied for fourth. I don't know how you tie on a
Take
decimal number.
fourth. That's fine.
You guys
makes
both
sense.
totaled to 18.1.
It's fine.
If you ain't first, you're
Fine.
last, man. That's how it is.
I think the people should vote. I think that'll be very fun.
Oh, well, they will. Don't worry,
Yeah,
we'll
I'm
get
setting
to
that
it.
up.
No, he's not. What you think? You think Zach Levine not the most athletic person ever touch a basketball court? He might fuck around. and be.
LeBron James.
Have you seen him do a 360 from the free throw line? Because I've seen.
That was crazy. I saw that shit. That was
He's done three. He can do it
crazy.
between the legs from the free throw
That
line.
man's
He
a
can do a
freak,
whip.
bro.
He
I
can
saw when
float.
Xbox was selling 360s, and now they're on the street doing 360s for money.
What?
That's all.
I'm
Can we
starting-
start
You
the
need
show,
to move
please?
to Utah.
Let's start the
My
show.
fault, my fault.
Just
I'm sorry.
Hey, Roger, where are you going? I'm going to go pick up Shofu because for some reason he didn't drop the pin for our photo shoot. Japan time starts right now.
Welcome, everybody. This is the ZAZA Time Podcast. I am your host, Lysander. Joining me this week, I have my co-host, a 5 in strength out of 5, the number 1 main man, Shofu. What's going on, Shofu? Welcome.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out Pokemon Zaza. Zev has been waiting for this day.
That's right. And coming in with a 4 in intelligence is his highest stat. We have my main man, ZAZA Zeph. What is up, Zeph?
Don't
Zaza Zep is hard,
don't.
bro.
No.
Whoa, your mic is going crazy right now, brother.
Because you
Don't be
guys
with
call me
that
that shit.
Oh my god.
Bro is smoking through the mic.
And Zaza Zep.
Someone else who's always smoking through the mic is coming in it with a 4 out of 5 in charisma. Rounding out the Triforce of Awesome, we have the one, the only, Mr. Ricky Cocaine.
Ricky Coquette!
Caw, my
Why are you
boys.
purring, bro?
Now, we're going to get into it a little bit later. But y'all, man, not me. Okay.
You know what?
My
Speaking
bad.
of Ricky Cocaine, I need to bring something up real quick. Speaking of Ricky Cocaine,
wait. You said
I
excuse me.
gotta show y'all something real quick. Hold on. Speaking
What are
of
we
Ricky
seeing?
Cocaine-
Uh-oh, what's
Speaking of
this?
Ricky Cocaine.
All right.
Speaking of Ricky
We're
Cocaine.
doing this already? We just started.
Speaking of Ricky Cocaine,
is
finally
open.
speaking
Hello?
The
of
Honorable
Ricky
Judge Rogers
Cocaine,
Base presiding.
join the Discord.
I didn't even know that we were having a
The
trial.
Honorable
today.
Judge Rogers Base presiding. Now, the charges
What
are
is
brought today. Excuse me. No, order in the court. Now, as me and my co-counsel here, Shofu, would like to attest, we would like to just present the evidence here to you, Judge Mr. Base.
Okay.
We have here some evidence of what we deem to be an offense punishable by death. My colleague will take it away.
Now listen. Now for the context, right?
Okay.
Drake. Something about Drake leaked.
Oh,
So not too long
hell
ago,
nah.
man. Okay.
Drake? Like the rapper Drake?
The rapper Drake. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. That's all you need to
My
know.
top 5.
And then, right? So the context is something about Drake leaked. Me,
Okay.
Tito, and a couple of the dudes is hanging out in Young Gods in my Discord, right? We're chilling, having a blast, minding our goddamn business. And here comes Ricky
Okay.
Cocaine talking about some. I
Okay,
said
let's hear
talking
it.
about. Why isn't it playing?
It's 0 out of 0. You got to reload it? Question mark? He has 18 million tabs open?
I do.
Already, the evidence
Don't worry
is
about that.
Look,
0
Look
out of
how
0.
this
I
case
mean, this
already
needs to be
crumbles.
wiped from existence.
Bro, what happened to this clip, bro?
What the?
This is kinda
That's the first or second clip.
It's the one you
wait,
linked
what's
to
the
me.
problem, guys?
I sent you two.
Okay, where's the other one?
Yo, Ricky got his
we're
lawyers on
there.
that shit, bro.
Oh, here it is.
Well, speaking of
So
someone
what's
who
going
always
on?
got their lawyers
Hold
on
on,
that
wait,
shit,
wait,
we
wait.
have War Champ. Oh, hold on.
There we go.
Let's hear this.
There's a lot of niggas in it. Okay, just quickly.
Not gonna be
Have
quick.
y'all niggas seen Drake's dick yet?
Hey,
No, it's going crazy. It's going crazy.
Forget about
It's going crazy.
Like, are you really serious?
That was worded all types of wrong, bro.
Like, are you really serious?
I had to.
Okay, well, I mean, that's.
Here's the thing.
I think the evidence. What do I say to that? I mean, I'm.
know
It's not
I
done.
hate, and I mean, I fucking hate. Listen to me. I hate Ricky Cocaine.
Ricky, bro, what's good with you, bro? Ricky Cocaine, what's good with you, bro? I know you hear me speaking to you.
Okay.
In what
The
universe
prosecution
is that how you
rests,
come
Your
in
Honor.
like
The
that?
prosecution.
Let me play it again
rests-
just in case y'all didn't hear.
Yo, he had dick on the dome, bro.
Okay.
He was
Just
pandering
quick.
penis.
Just quickly.
It's not gonna be
Have
quick.
y'all niggas seen Drake's dick yet?
Hey, yo, bro.
Why are we still listening to this?
Because it's that unbelievable.
Hold on.
It's that fucking shocking
Hold on.
that I still can't believe he said that to
Your
me.
Honor. Your Honor. Now, I
So
would like to
is
pull
this
out- hold on.
what we're doing?
Oh, excuse me. Defense will have their turn.
Uh-huh.
Your Honor, I'd like to
Okay.
point out a couple
All right.
things here.
Okay.
First of all, as you can see in this clip, there are multiple grown men in that call minding their own business. I'm in the middle of a Smite game, so you can see he not only interrupted the conversation that was happening, but then he said, and I quote, "It's going crazy. It's going."
No. That's
Crazy.
not even the insane part. He said, "Have y'all seen Drake's dick yet?
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 Fuck you mean yet? I was never gonna seek this out.
Okay. Hold on.
You said yet as if it was inevitable, bro.
Of this.
You guys are
don't
taking the
understand.
words that came out of my mouth out of context. First and
What?
foremost.
Who is doing that? Who is doing that?
I just am curious. I need to know what is the context because I am genuinely
The
confused.
context is Drake's fucking dick leaked onto the internet, Roger.
No.
And everybody was looking at his meat.
Why were
When
you
you
looking that up,
misrepresent the
Ricky?
facts, when you misrepresent the facts
You
like
can't
that,
even. What the
you
fuck is
skew the
represent?
narrative.
What is that?
I came. I came into.
I don't want to hear about you coming anywhere, Drake Dick.
Yeah, you're done.
Oh my god.
I came into the call, and all I did was I posed a question for the curious mind who would
The
seek
curious
out-
mind? Who is? Why would I be curious about a nigga meat?
What is
Then
the
report back to me. I never saw the leak. How could I? I'm blind.
Report back
Why
to
would you
me?
think
You just
I
said
wear glasses. You've never seen me without my glasses. I'm blind. How could I see the leak? You had to report back to me. And I said,
So you
"Well,
wanted
I
a
was
nigga
going
to look at
crazy."
Drake meat and report back to you? That's what you wanted? You're done.
Your Honor, I would like to motion. Your Honor, I would like to motion
I
here that
agree.
we have a jury of our peers here. I would like to motion for their vote here, if that's all right with you, Your Honor.
Yeah, I mean, proceed. I guess I'm still kind of flabbergasted. I don't know.
A simple verdict of innocent or guilty. We'll start with McDareth.
Bro, he's fucking guilty. You don't need to ask nobody nothing,
The
bro.
most unserious people. How do you hop on a group of people and a call and that just comes out your mouth? You think this
Derek,
is
it was
fine?
really.
Like, what?
You hear my reaction?
It's
Yeah.
a fleeting.
Is that guilty?
It's
Is that
okay.
guilty?
Number one.
Yeah, it's guilty. Yeah, it's guilty.
Okay, Code
No.
Word?
The worst part about it, right? The worst part about it is that he commanded attention before he said anything.
Yes, correct.
He
Correct.
commanded
Interrupted
attention. We all stopped talking to hear him ask about Drake's meat, bro. You gotta be fucking crazy.
Because you guys were engrossed in other conversation first and foremost. I didn't command attention. You guys had a conversation. Then when there was a pause, I said my hellos, and then I posed my question.
Let me know.
Coast word.
This is nuts.
Oh, it is nuts, ain't it? Yeah, it's nuts, ain't it?
Why was I recording?
Yeah, it's nuts, ain't it?
Coast word.
My vote is that we this is the last time we do the judge bit ever, and
should take
that
too long.
Ricky should be doused in barbecue sauce from McDonald's, locked in a dark room with 6 tigers, and let him sit there for 24 hours and let them decide the
This
fate.
is a witch
I
hunt.
think the judge bit is okay, but it has to be concise. It
never
has to be
liked
quick
me.
and concise.
Yes, it's fine.
And
It's
quick and
fine.
concise is not asking every person in here individually if he's guilty or not. So let's move
I
on.
was-
It sounded like Ricky wanted Drake to be quick and concise.
To
with
be
him,
fair,
to be honest.
this is also going to serve as the intro because we kind of skipped over everybody because I know what I'm doing. But anyway, go ahead. We have to introduce anybody anyway. Go ahead.
We have a lot more people to go through. I mean, I already said that War Champ is number 5 in intelligence.
But go ahead.
You said
That's
to
fine.
save yourself for last. I was saying save yourself for last.
Well, show.
You literally
Shofu.
said save me for
I
last.
was
Ricky
just
saved
reminding
himself
you,
for
bro.
Drake.
I was
So you
just-
jumped the train on the bit that you already told me you wanted me to set up.
That's
So
okay.
now you're throwing off
It was-
my
he
He
intro.
seized
game.
the
It was
opportunity.
me, man. It was me. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, someone else who just sees the opportunity to talk. We got Mike. What's going on, Mike? Welcome to the stream.
Hey, everybody. Ricky,
Coming
that
in-
wasn't you, was it?
Unfortunately,
That
it
had to
was.
have been a
Of course
soundboard.
it wasn't. In the age of AI, how could you possibly believe any kind of recording? My voice is all over the internet. Of course they have the data. It wasn't me,
Of
Mike.
course,
Right. You know what, and speaking of our-
AI.
Speaking of our resident AI expert, we have McDareth. What's going on, McDareth? #1 fan of AI on the planet. Welcome.
Nah, but doing well,
What?
you know.
Why'd you hesitate?
Yeah, I don't know why you hesitated.
'Cause
I
I
said you're the
don't-
#1 fan of AI.
Because I don't hate it, but I also understand the danger.
You know someone who does hate AI though, because he's not scummy? We got Coast. What's going on, Coast? Welcome,
I
Coast.
haven't been able to sleep since they dropped the fucking video of Tifa and her titties hanging out in that
What the
fucking
fuck?
video.
Tifa? Like, do you mean
That's me exactly, bro. Anyways, what's up, Nintendo
Coast is
gamers?
just all- Yeah, hello everyone, welcome.
Yo,
And then
is my
of
shit
course,
still cracking?
no, you're sounding good.
All right, yo, Ricky, why are you gay?
Why are you gay?
Why are you gay?
Who says I am gay?
We have to pull that clip up at some point.
ZAZA Zeph.
Zaza,
You know what?
That's a
Someone
fire
who will
name,
never
though. I
betray
can't
you,
lie,
Ricky. Someone who would never, Ricky, give you any low score on anything. It's Viram. What's up, Viram? How are you?
I'm
Our
doing
resident
good.
highest scoring, highest stat average individual on the show. Everybody loves Viram.
I came back from Vienna yesterday. I had a great weekend. I'm thriving. I'm doing good. Life's good. Hope everyone in the chat is doing well. Hope you guys are doing well.
Hope Drake's doing well.
You in love?
What?
Bruh.
Doing well.
Okay. Well, Tito, I was going to save you for last, but it sounds like Fidel is deafened right now after the whole Drake thing. So, hello, Tito. Welcome.
What's up? Warchamp's also here.
I already introduced Warchamp. I said he has the highest intelligence stat. Were you not listening? Or were you doing gross
No,
with Drake's
we were.
meat?
Ricky's video
What?
was playing.
Ricky's video is playing.
Oh, Ricky's video was playing. I
No,
understand.
no one could hear me over the evidence being presented.
Well, I said you were a 5 out of 5 in terms of intelligence. We all voted. And actually, that's a good segue because you guys are going to get to vote too because we have these bonus Japan time cards coming out. All of us have been voting on a scale of 1 to 5 in terms of strength, intelligence, dexterity, vitality, and charisma. We all put in our votes for our favorite individuals, and now you guys are going to put in your votes as well. McDarrett's going to open it up to the chat. McDarrett's going to open it up to the comment section. You'll get your votes in, and then the final score tally of all of us plus all of your votes will decide on what our final stats are for our Japan time cards. So there
Okay,
you go.
but Wait, hold up. Because it's this one isn't for the cards, unless we want it to be. I guess we could.
Let's
swing
make it
that
for the
way,
cards.
but-
Why not?
All right,
We're for the people, by the people. Yeah, put it on the cards.
all right. Because
Yeah.
yeah, it was gonna be on something else that we haven't announced yet.
Something. What was
But yeah.
it? What was the other thing we haven't announced yet?
Yeah, fuck it. So coming with your orders to be like a brochure that's a bunch of like special things, like inside stuff from the show, the pictures from like the 12 days, little stuff about favorite members, favorite Pokemon, like favorite episode of the show, favorite anime, favorite game, stuff
yes.
like that.
We're not showing
So-
that stuff yet, though. I don't think.
No, not fully showing it, but just like there's gonna be in your orders. So when you get your orders in the box, will be a
Yeah.
pamphlet that has all this stuff.
Can we show the cards? The one you put in the
I
chat.
fuck with it. What?
Yeah.
We could show the cards. Also,
we-
welcome, Fidel. I tried introducing you,
Hey,
but
man.
you were gone.
What's going on?
Also, we were looking at your votes. You gave Ricky all ones.
Yeah, I did.
Why do you hate
After,
Ricky?
I think after learning this
I
new info,
don't.
it's
I
kinda
don't. I
justified.
think Ricky having 1 on all stats is what makes him a powerful being. Is he's an unknown. It's like think of it as like question mark.
Interesting.
Exactly.
That's-
he's like
that's
an
how you meant it?
unknown.
Even
Yeah, of
though
course,
mathematically it pushes my score down.
Bro,
In
no, bro,
your
I would never-
quantitative
bro, I would
analysis?
never- I would never whore you like that. Okay, you're himmy. Okay. You got the question mark announced. Of course, bro. Of course. No, come on, man. Please.
Well,
What
okay,
else?
it's a good thing that I can edit my scores. I
No.
feel the same about you, Fidel. So all the 5s that I
Yeah,
gave you
you
that
can't
stopped
edit
you from
yours.
going down to 2, I'm changing it back to 1.
Well,
Hold
does
on.
that automatically?
No, you
when
don't.
you change the scores, does it automatically change?
Yeah, it will update. Yes.
Oh,
Don't-
that's
don't
awesome.
change the source,
Oh,
though.
All right, sweet. Don't change the
interesting.
scores. I got it. Okay.
Huh.
I thought we could change
I'm
the scores.
sick.
I mean, if it's automatically happening.
You would need permission
This
to
is
change stuff on that
weird.
form, and it's pretty much just me and Ricky.
Ow.
So if they change, I know who to go after.
I understand. All right, well, I guess we won't be changing anything. But you know somebody who did change something? Riot. They changed the name of Project L to one of the worst names in the history of video gaming, Double Knockout. All right, what?
No, if
in
it was
God's
double knockout, I wouldn't even be
green earth
mad.
is up with this name?
If it was double knockout, I wouldn't even be
Double
mad.
knockout
That would be a
I've been
good
just-
name.
I've just been calling it double kill, so yeah.
Oh, I didn't even realize it's supposed to mean double knockout. Oh.
That's what it's supposed to mean, but no one
See,
can
I
read
thought
it.
it was
Now we're
like
going to read it
2KO.
as XKO.
No, I read it as 2KO. Like, you know how you don't read the X in Hunter x Hunter? You would just
Yeah.
say, like,
Oh, like
2KO.
The
Oh, I see.
lead
Okay.
dev came
Yeah.
out and said it's pronounced 2XKO. So,
Well, I'm not going to
What?
say.
yeah.
What's wrong with an extra syllable?
It just seems weird. Like, it doesn't
It's-
say
It
anything
doesn't
about
roll off
League of
the tongue,
Legends.
bro.
It doesn't give you
2XKO.
any idea of what the game actually is. It just seems like a generic AI made up name.
Yeah, it's like Elon Musk's other child.
Okay, I kind of feel that.
Like, if you're going
Why
to
did they
make a
change it from
fighting
Project
game,
L?
I don't know.
Projectile was always a temp name.
But I don't know. I thought like League of Champions or something, or like League of Fighters or something. League of
that
something
sounds like
to
a
let you know.
garbage mobile game.
People have theorized that the reason that they avoided like League branding it is because it's going to have more than just League characters eventually. I wouldn't be surprised if they turn this into like Riot Smash
Riot
Bros.
Fighter, yeah.
But like as a fighting game, and like it also makes it easier for them to do guest characters.
I guess
Kind
that's
of.
true. Yeah, if they want to do like Valorant characters or something, they could throw them in there.
Yeah,
I see.
maybe. I don't know.
It's weird because like the game obviously still looks good, but the name change itself to me instantly made me like less interested in it, which I know is stupid because it's just a name and it's not the quality of the game, but it makes me think less of it.
It's not stupid.
Okay, but nobody says Super Smash Brothers Ultimate the entire title. It's gonna get shortened. If people don't generally like it,
But Ricky, where does it get
then
shortened
we can
to?
just shorten it ourselves.
What does it get ultimate?
How do we shorten it if it's 2XKO? Just 2?
No.
We say I'm playing
You're
2?
not gonna call it 2.
No one's saying 2. So this is what I was saying when when the reveal first happened.
So there's
is
no
that
solutions with you guys.
this name is garbage. It sucks as a name. It has no tie to the League IP, which is like obviously the one thing that like they should be leveraging as much as possible, unless they are deliberately avoiding it being League branded because they want to do Valorant characters, whatever. Like this name, it sucks as a name. It's not leaning on the existing leverage. So to me, this name feels like it was fucking engineered in a lab to not be shortened beyond 4 syllables in any reasonable way and still know what the fuck you're talking about.
What would the point of that be though? Like why would they do that?
They want to be the longest name out of anyone's mouth because every single other fighting game gets shortened to 2 syllables or less, except KOF. Everything is Blaze Blue,
This is a
GG,
conspiracy? War Champ?
MK.
What are we talking about
Like,
right now?
every single fucking fighting game, SF, like they all get shortened to 2 syllables. This feels like it was engineered in a lab to be 4 syllables,
at-
and
dude,
nothing
dude,
else
dude.
mattered. Nothing else mattered.
The eye on the dollar, it's all connected.
They want to be
Okay, yeah.
they want to be the longest name out of people's mouths when they're talking about fighting games.
No, the silence is how I feel about this conspiracy.
You just know I'm right. You have no rebuttal.
No. My rebuttal is that it's stupid as fuck.
Wrong.
That was a good counter.
What
You
a
got your ass,
what a
F.
great back and forth that was. What a great high quality conversation. that
You know what
was,
else is
of
also
real
really
dialogue,
stupid?
Really nuanced.
You know what else is really stupid? Earlier today, Jeff Keighley tweeted out that there's this thing called GameSense
Oh
AI
my god.
that releases real scents alongside your gameplay. This is a real thing, by the way, listeners.
Yeah.
Including smells of gunfire, explosions, racing storm, and forest.
Napalm.
As well as paid DLC scents that include napalm, human exertion, ocean, and golf course. Now, human exertion is bizarre. You want to personally smell sweat
If I
in your house,
hey,
and you're
I
paying for
see
it?
you playing. No. If I see you playing NBA and you got that shit hooked up, I'm calling the FBI.
It's definitely like sweat, but I saw motherfuckers going, I can't wait to smell
Playing
so-and-so
any sports
shit.
game.
And I'm like, hello?
Yeah, I definitely read that wrong the first time. Won't lie.
You read it as human excretion, like poop.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it's not poop.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I wouldn't be like I wouldn't put it past them to make a poop DLC at some point, with extra added corn or something like that. Speaking of poop, we could talk about the Sony news. So Sony laid off 900 employees. They closed their entire that was a crazy segue. Closed their entire London studio. Insomniac, Naughty Dog, Guerrilla Games, and Fire Sprite are all going to be impacted by these layoffs. And the craziest thing about this is Jim Ryan, a week ago, literally visited one of the studios that shut down and took a picture with the employees smiling.
No, he was with the entire London studio, like the thing that got entirely shut down.
Truly absurd.
And he definitely knew that it was getting shut down when he took that picture smiling with all of them.
Oh, 100%.
So fucked.
I mean, these layoffs just continue. I feel like every single one of these shows,
they're still going to keep happening.
Yeah,
I
sure
agree.
they will.
Yep. It's a problem.
Well, what are we going to do about it?
Nothing.
Not much we can do, to be honest.
It's an oversaturated market. People need to stop being fucking artists and pick up a hammer. That's the only solution.
Oh my God.
No, he's
A
right.
hammer?
He's right.
Yeah, bro.
Like carpentry.
Nobody wants to
bro.
say he's right.
No, a lot of it comes down to the fact that obviously during COVID there was a huge boom in the gaming industry because everyone's playing games because they were inside, and now that kind of exponential growth is not continuing to that degree, but investors are greedy bastards.
Sure.
They still want to see those numbers match what we had before, but that's obviously not going to happen. But so the compromise there is to get rid of people so that it looks like the numbers are still going up to a similarly equivalent degree.
Speaking of getting rid of people, it says Nintendo is now suing the creators of the Switch emulator Yuzu. I'm going through all these news stories because there's interesting stuff this week. So apparently Nintendo is suing the creators of Yuzu, and they bring up in the documents that Yuzu apparently illegally circumvented Nintendo's software encryption, and they specifically cite the sales of Breath of the Wild, saying that, not Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, saying that it was unlawfully distributed a week and a half before its release and downloaded over 1 million times and made available for lawful purchase.
I can't even be mad about it because people were being crazy. Like they were
People
posting
were
as if
downloading
the
a
game
lot
was
of stuff.
out.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff the week before.
Yuzu was going out of their way to release performance fixes like hour one of the leak happening, not even when the game came out.
I mean, the interesting thing about this is like, what are the repercussions of this in terms of emulation or in terms of?
It's fully possible nothing happens, but
yeah,
like I don't know. Just don't do what they did. Don't. I guess. Because they didn't go after any other emulator
in sales.
Apparently, it said it was downloaded
Because of
over 1
Yuzu?
million times because of illegally downloaded software that was played on Yuzu. Yeah.
Because
but that's a skewed number because there's a whole study about how piracy actually helps video games sales and just sales of media in general. Because there are a ton of people who will pirate something and then like after like 3 hours they're like, okay, I like this, and then buy it.
Right.
So it's hard to say that 1 million people didn't buy the game because they downloaded it.
It's also hard where in countries that people literally can't afford to do it because the prices are so exorbitantly high.
Like Canada?
Yeah.
No, like fucking
they
they're
weren't
like
gonna
not
buy
even
it
Canada,
anyways.
like there's places in South America where like
Brazil's a big one, yeah.
I know Brazil's like a game can be like $250 or some shit.
I know it's crazy in Australia too.
I'm sure a lot of people have gotten clips and shit of the pirate software guy because his stuff's all over the place right now. But he's talked about how their game, they did like regional pricing for Brazil, where their game is normally like $5 or something, and they did regional pricing, so it costs like $1 in Brazil, and now it's like
talking about
it's like the region that they've gotten like the most sales from, like in actual dollar amounts, just like on a scale level, not just like number of people that bought the game, like the actual amount of money that they got is like Brazil is their highest selling region because they just made the game like affordable there.
I just think it's amazing of like, I mean, PS4, PS5, and Series X are basically just PCs, but like the Switch is still pretty new. To have an emulator already working on a modern console is like unheard of. Normally emulators roll around. I could be just wrong about this, but I feel like normally emulators roll around after the console cycle's like ended and you're on the next one. And
Not for Nintendo though. Nintendo people get that shit frame what?
They get a frame like -12. What do you mean?
Yeah, it's also,
that's
also
like one of the that's one of the things.
Their first priority is getting.
That's like one of the things. One of the things in this lawsuit talks about how like people that were using the emulator got to play Tears of the Kingdom like 7 days early or something because
that was the big
it
thing.
off
Yeah,
the
the
eShop.
big
got crashed
right.
and they put it up there.
Yeah, like people were playing the game on emulator before it was even out for normal people.
Something like this happened a long time ago. Roger will remember because it affected him. When Superstar Saga for the 3DS leaked about 2 weeks early.
Yep,
I think they axed pretty much everyone in the ambassador program.
They
besides
did.
like 10 people.
Yeah, and actually even then they had to rebuild it because I think they pretty much axed all of us. It was just a thing where then like people were invited back that they had worked with for a long time.
Because they realized how big of a problem it was.
But it was
because it was always all the leaks were always from
it was
review
either
copies.
was it Superstar Saga or Inside Story? It was one of the Mario and Luigi games.
It was Superstar Saga. Because it was the first one.
Right, the remake. Right. Yeah. It was the remake of Superstar Saga. Right.
It was near Sun and Moon too, because Sun and Moon also leaked crazy early from another.
And they were basically able to track that it was somebody who got a copy early, and they didn't know who it was, but they knew that it was on the list of codes that were distributed to people who either codes or like physical copies, I think even, because after that incident, we stopped getting early stuff altogether, barring like the launch of the Switch. I think launch of the Switch was a weird exception where like the Switch was given to some of us in like February before it came out in March. And then they gave us like ARMS and Mario Odyssey or something. But after that first year of the Switch, it went back to normal. We're like, nope, you're not getting it until the day it actually launches. No more preview builds. Even for a lot of media outlets that would get them early, they stopped getting them early too. So yeah, one bad up will ruin the whole bunch.
Yeah, this a less extreme version, I guess.
Yeah. Well, while we are on the topic of Nintendo, do you guys want to jump to the Nintendo Direct that happened since the last show?
I don't even I haven't watched it. I've just heard things on Twitter.
Well, we should watch it because there's a lot of stuff here. I'll drop this in the chat. Shofu, you can put it up on screen. We can go one by one.
Can we talk about the discrimination that us Americans faced as far as these Nintendo Directs were concerned?
Oh, you're talking about Mother 3?
I'm talking about there was fucking 8 fucking games that I didn't see in the American one, bro.
Well, to be fair, the only ones that were really missing were the RPG game, the little, the one that was based off the 3DS game.
Bro, the guitar
there was
game, bro.
the Denpamen, the guitar game. There's like a guitar game where you have the peripheral that teaches you how to play guitar.
That shit's fire.
And then Mother 3. Those were the big three. You said the guitar game is fire? You were excited about that?
Bro, it has its own controller. That shit was sick, bro. And it's like it comes.
Would you have gotten it?
It comes in a bundle with the game, of course.
What's the guitar game?
It basically teaches you how to play guitar.
It's a guitar lesson game, and they made an entire controller.
Wait, are you guys
for
talking
the
about
game?
Rocksmith?
No, it's called Guitar
No.
Lesson.
No, this is a game. Here, I'll pull up the Direct for you, Shofu.
It's like different.
Fisher Price Rocksmith.
Yeah, basically the reason why it didn't come to North America. No, the reason why it didn't come to North America, because I looked into this a little bit, is licensing stuff. Because almost all the songs that are in there are like Japanese songs that they would have to go through a bunch of different hoops to actually get the licensing for. If I pull this up real quick, I don't know why I can't find the Japanese page where you guys could see the trailer for it, but man, why is none of this available? What the heck? Oh, here we go. All right, here you go, Shofu. There's the Japanese one. I dropped it in chat for you. And the guitar game comes in, I think it's around like 3 or 4 minutes in. Oh no, it's actually pretty far in. Whoa, the Japanese Direct, I'm scrubbing through this. All the announcements are out of order in this one. Ender Magnolia's way later? Yeah, they're like totally out of order.
How do you know ours isn't out of order?
I mean, it could be. It very well could be. Yeah, the guitar game is at
cared about this one way more.
13-minute, 21-second mark is where the trailer is at. 13:21. Yep.
Bro, Zeph, look at this shit, bro. This shit's fire.
Huh?
Look at this. Oh, wait, I gotta go live in here. Oh, I am live. Okay. Look at this game.
Guitar Life.
I don't know if you've seen this or not, but
So there's basically Joy-Cons that you plug into the controller adapter thing, and it teaches you how to play. Let's see if it's showing up on screen.
Oh,
there
wait,
you go.
is that
Yeah,
it?
just pulled it up.
No, that's not the
Yeah,
tool.
this is gonna be the game.
I was
Yeah,
about
yeah.
to say, what the
No, that's a
hell?
regular guitar, but you'll see.
That looks like a real guitar.
That would be wild if it sold you a guitar.
Oh.
That shit's fire to me. I don't know why it's fired to me that they made a controller.
No, this is smart.
No, I
think
like
I
the
think
peripheral's cool looking.
And it comes bundled with the game too.
Are they making use of the camera? Or I can't even tell.
I think it's the IR pointer, like watches where your hands are or something.
Yeah, it looks like it's making use of one of the IR things.
Yeah. Which is cool.
This is cool. Why wouldn't this be a worldwide? Why is this Japan only?
Again, I think it's because of the licensing of the songs. Like, there's some basic ones that are in there once it actually gives the song list, but there's a lot of them that are actually like they're Japanese songs, and most of the music are DLC packs. So like you have to pay extra to basically learn how to play certain songs. So like this Happy Birthday that's playing on screen, for example, that's a DLC pack. It doesn't just like happen for free. You have to buy the song Happy Birthday, and it teaches you how to play it.
I'd love to see how far they could take this with other instruments, like drums.
I mean, it would be really cool. Or cello would be awesome. I would love a cello here.
Drums would be such a bad idea.
Cello would be fantastic, Roger.
Especially because it's only the top part of the cello. You wouldn't need the full thing.
Drums would be a bad idea, but they also make
I'm
music.
quite...
Wait, and
Are you
it'd be
laughing?
it'd be like a controller, so like wouldn't it be like a real cello, you know? So you don't have to like actually
No.
pay.
I mean,
for
you
a
could break
real
it and you
cello.
wouldn't have to pay for anything.
Right, it would just already come with it. It's kind of like a fake cello, like
You-
almost
that's
like,
right.
like a prop.
You wouldn't have to
Ricky's
shell out
about to have a
$100,
stroke.
Like a prop.
over $120.
I think
for
160.
a broken
I think,
cello.
I think it's about 160, and I think you also have to get your roommates to pay for it
Oh.
as well. Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, the real cello's not that much,
okay.
is it?
I'm sorry, what'd you say, Warchip?
I was gonna say, like, real cellos aren't that much, right? Like a real
they're
cello, like an actual
No.
real one that's not a prop. Like,
How much? I'm gonna look this up.
it's only like
Cello
$200.
pricing. No. How much is a cello? A cello, you can get a full-size cello for $149 on Amazon.
Like a real one
Full-size
that's not a
cello,
prop.
beginner cello. No,
$149. Those
Yeah.
prices were good 10 years ago?
I
You
mean, well,
think?
to be fair, I'm looking on here. There's one it's a Gaffino cello, and this actually is a prop. It says $90,000 on Metzler violins, so that's
Bro, you
pretty
know what?
expensive.
Instrument costs a fucking crazy amount. Is a saxophone. That shit is nuts.
How much is? Let's look up saxophone pricing real
Brass
quick.
instruments are
Saxophone
very
pricing.
expensive.
Well,
takes so
technically
much
that's a
craftsmanship.
woodwind.
Yeah.
Saxophone's woodwind, not a brass instrument. But yeah, it says the Yamaha custom alto saxophone. This is like the highest one that it goes as of right now. This is 5,300. But you can get a regular like beginner saxophone, an alto saxophone for 200. And on average, for the Yamaha, it's 1,100. So pretty decent compared to the cello, I think.
For a saxophone?
Yeah, 1,100 on Amazon for a good Yamaha. Yeah.
What I was saying is, I think
Alto
brass
sax.
instruments are especially.
Well, brass. I mean, like if you look up tuba pricing, yeah, tuba is going to be
Like
pretty.
even like, but
expensive.
even like a trumpet, like a
A
basic
saxophone
trumpet.
is still made out of brass.
Well, it's considered a woodwind though. I mean, it's cheaper.
Yeah,
No,
but-
it looks on here.
Why
You
it
can
has
get
a
a
reed.
trumpet. You can get a trumpet for cheaper than a saxophone.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The
saxophone was
saxophone is a type of
1,100.
single reed woodwind instrument, usually
Yeah.
made
Yeah,
of brass. This
it
is
has-
fucked up.
Yeah, it has a reed. So that's the only reason why it's considered a woodwind, I think.
You know what else was kind of effed up? You know what's effed? The fact that we didn't get any Silk Song news in this whole partner showcase.
Yeah, that
what was
kinda
going on
crazy.
with that?
Have
What's
they ever
up?
talked about it again? Like, what's good with?
The last time we saw it was on an Xbox presentation. This was back in 2022, where they said it's coming out in the next 12 months, and we heard nothing else since.
Awesome, love that.
Yeah.
Like Dragon Quest 3, that's cool.
That's right. But while we're on the topic of Xbox, let's actually start with the partner showcase news, because there was quite a bit of partner showcase news. We got the name of one of the games that Xbox is going to be porting on over to Nintendo, and it is Grounded. They are bringing over Grounded. Looks pretty bad. Certainly not as ugly as the other game they're bringing over, which is Penitence. That's coming over to a Pentiment, the one we looked at last stream.
Pentiment looks like ass, bro. I don't know why they decided to port that game.
Very ugly game. Very, very ugly.
Very ugly game. I agree.
I gotta ask
No,
you though,
it's ugly,
Phil,
man.
what were you most excited about in this partner showcase? Because I know there's a game that was in here that you've been playing recently.
Yes, for me, well, there were two announcements I was very happy. I was very happy about Monkey Ball. I'm a big Monkey Ball fan.
Brand new Monkey
and of
Ball,
course,
by the way.
yeah, of course, brand new. First new one in a while, because the last two were, it was the remake of the Wii one, and then it was the HD trilogy. So Now, but yeah, Penny's Big Breakaway was the other big thing that dropped, and I've been playing that.
Boy.
Yeah, sure. I'll be continuing it tomorrow. I'm like a few worlds in. I really like it. A lot of people, I think, expected it to be Sonic-like because it's the Mania team, and it really isn't at all. The way I described it is it's kind of like Lost World and Sonic Lost World and 3D World together.
Okay.
I think
That's
it's really.
how I would
It
describe
reminds me actually
it's
a
very
bit
much
of,
its own thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
but
like it's kind
feel
of a
like-
hybrid of those, but also with a bit
Yeah.
of like.
I think it has
Kirby's,
inspiration from things,
Forgotten
but
Land.
like, I can't think of a game that feels like it.
For sure.
I love
It-
the visual style. I think is great. Like looking at the
Yeah, the
actual
visual style's
it's
peak.
gorgeous. Yeah.
For sure. I think the thing about the game is it's one of those platformers where I think the benefit and problem is it has a really high learning curve. And when you learn it, it's fun. Like once you're air dashing, getting down into like a roll movement, into an aerial spin, like once you do that stuff, it's really fun. But if you're just trying to play the level as a normal platformer, that's when it gets a little frustrating.
Yeah.
But it's when you learn the game that I feel like you get a lot of the fun out of it, to be honest.
So who has actually been playing it? Mike, I think you've been playing it. Viram,
Yeah,
you
I
said you were
finished it.
playing it.
So,
played a
Yeah,
bit of it,
I've
but I'm
only
just
just
not-
started it though.
Got it.
I'm not
got
talking
it.
about it because I don't like it that much. I don't want to be a hater.
You can be a hater. I mean, there's nothing wrong.
No,
with
I mean,
being a
I get it.
No.
I get it. I know a lot of people that don't. That
No,
didn't end
I
up
have
liking
I'm
no
it.
actually genuinely curious because I've seen nothing but positive things. I was just curious what you don't like about it.
I don't know. I felt like
What are the gripes?
like I'm 3D platformers are probably my best genre, so I picked up like the mechanics and stuff really fast, and then I felt like the whole game was just gonna be a lot of the same thing after the first couple levels.
It gets
And
better.
I kind of
think.
wish the combo system. One thing I wish about it was like, I wish it had like almost like a stale
Yes.
move thing, because I can just do jump, dash, land on wheels, jump,
I
dash,
agree.
land on wheels, jump. Like you
I
should
agree with
be
you.
able to do the same
Yeah.
things. I think.
That's something I was
Well, I
thinking
was
about.
talking about this. Yeah.
Is there
No, go,
anything in the score system that stops you from just getting to the end of the level and just doing combos until you reach the max score?
I've done it in
No.
place.
Not good.
I was saying that on Twitter that like my issue with the combo system is I feel like there's no incentive to do it besides like the end goal like combo score. Like I wish there was like a ranking meter next to me while I was getting a combo. Like that would have been
there
cool.
needed
Or,
to
like,
be
even,
You don't
ranks.
want to just do them for the purpose of being stylish. You want,
yeah,
like,
exactly.
reason
Like
to do 'em.
I
get
wish
that.
there was a visual flair for doing them, or even you gain a lot of speed when you're doing a high combo. Like something that
I thought you would gain
entices you
speed
to
or
keep the
something.
combo. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there needed to be some
it's
sort
just-
of ranking
yeah.
system to like judge you based on how you actually do in the level. It's not a ranking system, it's just a score bar that you can fill up. And you can just fill
Yeah.
it up by just doing combos at the end of the stage.
I do still want to try it because it looks great.
No, it is.
I
It's
do
fun.
kinda-
Look, guys, when you get the hang of it, it's fun. Even me on stream, like I was enjoying it. The first few levels, I was kind of like, okay, I'm not feeling this too much. But the more I played, the more I enjoyed it for sure.
I do
What were
kind
you
of
gonna say, Mike?
I kind of have the same feeling as Zeph when it came to like the levels, where you're just kind of doing the same thing over and over again. It gives me very like obstacle course feel of a platformer compared to like an adventure type platformer. Like I think about Mario Odyssey or even like 3D World to an extent, and like levels on top of having fun level design kind of take you through a bunch of different moods and vibes.
What is
Whereas
does
this
the
is
whole
just-
game look kind of circusy, like how it looks in the initial
Yeah.
trailer, or are there other areas?
It has like a very similar visual.
The aesthetic
all throughout.
reminds me of like not first part. Well, I guess first. Well, I don't know, like second, third party N64 platformers like Chameleon Twist and shit.
So that's crazy you said Chameleon Twist, because that was initially what I thought upon watching people play it, is some of the swinging mechanics and like the actual camera angle reminded me a lot of that game. And I'm somebody who, like, I've said this even
That
on the
game's
show
pretty
before.
cool.
Yeah, I'm not huge on platformers. I'm just not. But that specific era of platformer, like the N64 3D platformer, things like Mario 64, Banjo-Kazooie, Donkey Kong 64, Chameleon Twist, whatever, those I actually do like. And so that's kind of what, like, obviously there's a lot of stuff to play right now between Final Fantasy Rebirth and Unicorn Overlord and Side Order, which we'll talk about, and like Yakuza. There's a lot
of those games are out, are they?
You are right. Excuse me. Let me take that back for a second. Those games are not out yet. Correct. But there's a lot of things to play. There's a lot of things to play. And so I do want to find time to play it, but I just haven't had the opportunity. But I really do want to play it at some point. It looks cool.
I think it's still worth it. I think Penny, as just like a platforming character, I think she controls really great. She's a lot of fun to move around with. But I definitely, as I was playing through it, I definitely got the feeling where once I completed a level, I immediately forgot everything that happened in that level. Like, the level design isn't really
that memorable. I get that.
It's fun. It's like fun platforming challenges, but there's not like a thing to grab onto with the levels.
Fun in the moment without really like resonating long term.
Yeah. Boss fights are also not that great.
There's
not that many, so it's fine.
Is the music good?
Music's excellent. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
See, that's
it.
all I care about. I feel like I play most of the modern Sonic games for music anyway, so if the music is good.
Yeah, it's T-Lopes working on most of the soundtrack, a couple of others as well. And it's very good.
Well, right on. All right, Penny's Big Breakaway. While we're actually here, because there's other partner showcase stuff I want to talk about, but we're kind of in the realm of what you've been playing, and I don't know when else it's going to come up later in the show, because I know we're going to have a big Pokemon talk later. I do want to briefly ask if any of the rest of you have played Side Order yet.
Yes.
Splatoon 3 Side Order. General thoughts from everybody? I want to say right off the top, this was the event that I was at a couple weeks ago on the show where I mentioned I was at a Nintendo event and I couldn't talk about it yet. This was the game.
So you got to try it.
So I got to try this a couple weeks ago, and I just thought it was so cool that it's basically like Splatoon Hades, like that it's a roguelike.
It's like
within
roguelike,
Splatoon. It's awesome. And I'm not somebody who really goes back and plays the multiplayer, but I love single-player Splatoon stuff. I think Octo Expansion was a lot of fun. And I actually adore Side Order. It's really good. I found myself already on my 6th pallet going up the tower now. I think I'm probably going to end up 100%ing this. I'm having a blast with it. I think the reward system is really good with the little membucks and how you can unlock different things. I like the ability to then, change your re-rolls and then buy different items while you're going up the tower, make these different loadouts that work well with your weapon. I just think it's a lot of fun. I'm having a good time with it. How about everybody else?
I've
really been enjoying it.
Hades?
It is. Yeah, I mean, have you ever played Splatoon before, Tito?
Yeah.
Do you like Hades, obviously?
I don't know if it's fair to compare it to Hades. Like it's a roguelike.
I mean, but I think
I'm a sucker for roguelike in general.
That's what I'm saying. I think you would like this actually.
It's a fun game mode.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. No.
Oh, I was just gonna say I like Splatoon. It's just I want to turn on my Switch as little as possible. That's why.
I understand that. What were you gonna say, Warchamp?
Yeah, I've had a lot of fun with it. I wasn't following it too closely just for a variety of reasons, not the least of which being my feelings about Splatoon inputs. But that really only affects multiplayer because that's the only time where I start to care. So I've had a lot of fun with the DLC. I was kind of... I don't want to get into too much spoiler talk, but there's a point where they kind of just like... there are some levels where they'll give you like all of a certain color of powers, right?
Right.
And there's a point where you end up getting for a brief time literally every power up at once, and at that point it feels like a roguelike build, like where just shit is insane. You're doing everything and stuff is exploding and it's fantastic. I kind of like want that out of a roguelike usually, and I didn't get that with Side Order, but I have still had a lot of fun with Side Order because I think even though you're not ending up with like a super insane, crazy, fucked up build that like just shreds through like everything on the screen, you still end up with some very interesting things.
See, I feel like maybe you just didn't get the right. Did you unlock the thing where you can re-roll your floors and
I've cleared with every palette except one.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, because I feel like
hacks unlocked.
It gives me that roguelike feel when you're able to reroll and you're able to build to that weapon. So like when I was doing the charger one, for example, I did one where like I dropped my charge speed where it was almost instant, and I covered up a bunch of ink, and I made like the sticky ink floor and the poison ink floor, so everybody was getting damaged and moving really slowly, and I would just pick them off one by one.
That's one of the things that happens, is that like if you can max out a particular chip, that last step is usually like a fucking massive one. Like the charger,
and I feel like that's
like
that you get that from the vending machine floors, because once you're able to re-roll on the vending machine floor and you find one color that you know you can max out from other ones that you've already gotten, I feel like that's when you sort of get to that point.
Yeah.
But I get to what you're saying though, because you don't get to that pretty
Very
much
often.
until after you beat the game at least once.
Yeah, and even after you beat the game, like you only ever kind of max out like one chip that way. You never really get like an insane build where, so like for example, the charger, you start with like the normal charging speed, and you can get a chip, and like the first chip drops it to like a 0.9, and then it drops to like 0.8, and then it drops to 0.7, and then it's like 0.67, 0.64, 0.6, and then like the very last chip just drops it to 0. Like the charger is just instant charge once you get that last chip. And that's the kind of crazy shit that I was kind of hoping, and that it would be like tuned around, so that by the time you get to the very later floors, you would just have this like batshit insane build, but the game would still kind of be a challenge at that point. And if you can do a no hack run to make the game a bit more challenging, but it also makes the likelihood of you being able to pull off something like that basically impossible, because you're so reliant on like re-rolling the vending machine and like the dual chip stuff. Like the tower, like 30 floors just isn't enough for it, I think, and like 30 chips just isn't enough for it. But despite all of that, like that's what I went in hoping for. I wanted a roguelike where shit, like you just end up with a crazy build by the end of it. You don't get that, but I still think it's extremely fun. I was surprised at how much I enjoyed it, despite it not being that way.
Yeah. Mike, did you actually end up beating it since you were streaming it earlier?
Yeah, I did end up beating on the very
did?
next run.
Oh, great.
after you
Oh,
popped
fantastic.
it, yeah.
Fantastic. So what eventually did you end up using for your run to get up the tower?
Oh, the same one you were watching, the default Splatling.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I use it a lot for the range. Honestly, the Pearl upgrades went crazy for me that run.
Oh yeah, those drone upgrades. If you find a way to like max out the slots, and you just basically get all the little upgrades, you do burst bombs and ink zukas or whatever, she will just decimate half the floors for you, even if you don't have a particularly good weapon.
That
the
is
Ink Strike.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
that ink strike is incredible.
That is the thing that Nintendo has done very well, because at the end of the day, this is still like a game for kids. They have still made it. They have made like a roguelike that is still very approachable to like someone who's bad at the game. Like you can max out on the drone stuff. There is certain chips that are very powerful. Like if you're not especially good at the game, that can still give you a build that like allows you to succeed very well. Like
plus you could use the membucks, not the membucks. I was gonna say the pearls to like upgrade your armor permanently and upgrade your life.
You can get damage reduction. You can get lives.
For sure.
They've almost like gamified like accessibility settings in a way, because every time you do a run, you do get a little bit of progress towards like making the game easier for yourself, right? Which is another great thing, because in order to 100% this mode, you have to clear it 12 times. But every time you clear, if you so choose, like it's not forced upon you, you can like buy hacks to make it easier.
Right.
And you can turn that stuff off after you buy it too, which is another great thing.
That is also really cool. Yeah. Or like the risk reward thing that you eventually get, where you can go all the way up and you'll get way more membucks, but if you don't, or it's like pearls or whatever, and then if you end up losing beforehand, you don't get anything. Yeah.
They've done a very good job of it. And like something that I've seen a lot of like Splatoon content creators doing is that they're trying to clear with every palette with 0 hacks.
There are I don't even mean
some
this
of those,
like as a slight at all. I mean this from the bottom of my heart. I did not know there were Splatoon content creators.
Oh yeah, there's lots of people. Like there's still Splatoon tournaments all the time.
I mean, that
like,
makes sense. Like obviously I know there's Splatoon players, but I cannot think of a person who makes videos on just Splatoon. I didn't know that existed.
Content creation is out more than just videos.
No, I know. That's what, man. That's cool. I got to look up some Splatoon content creators.
Yeah, the SRB dude. I was watching 9 Whole Grains the other day. He's a homie.
Yeah, I was gonna say give some shout outs, because I'll tune into some people.
Yeah, shout outs to squidboards.com.
Squidboards. Is that still affiliated with Smashboards?
Sure is.
Right on. All right, Squidboards. Well, let's continue with the partner showcase then, because there still is a lot of stuff that we got to get through. We had Grounded. We had that Ender Magnolia game, which I guess is a sequel to another game. I had never seen this before. I think visually it looks really pretty. Comes out relatively soon. Ender Magnolia Bloom in the Mist says it's going to be available in 2024. Most likely the first half of 2024, based on what they said during this video. So that was kind of neat. Unicorn Overlord got a demo, which is the new tactics game from Vanillaware. I've actually been playing this, and I'm allowed to talk about it, which is cool. Mostly
how
because
is it
the
so
demo
far?
is out. It is awesome. It is very, very good. So I've played about 10 hours at this point. I would say if any of you are remotely interested in strategy games or Vanillaware games, or like you like Fire Emblem, absolutely go download the demo. The demo is actually like pretty substantial. It's the first 7 hours of the game. There's a lot of content there. It pretty much showcases everything about it, all the different, the new types of support conversations. They're called rapport in this one. There's side missions. There's really difficult missions that you could run into on the map before you're actually able to do them, and you get good rewards for doing them. There's like 60 playable characters. It's just a lot of fun. And I think the writing is really good. There's a thing going on right now with people who are angry about the localization because they add a lot to the game in terms of
That Twitter
fleshing
thread
out
was
the
so
dialogue.
stupid.
But exactly, right. But
It's
it actually
funny.
it makes it good.
It's funny because there have been like a good handful of Japanese developers who have been blowing up that thread saying that it's basically nonsense.
Yeah,
That, like,
I mean,
it's
they
absolutely
add to it.
fine for
The localizer for
localization to
that
approach
game
it this way.
itself said, "Hey, man, you're wrong."
Right. Because I think like the way that they're flourishing up the language makes sense for this kind of game. I mean, if you had that very dry, doesn't really have a dialect of like a fantasy kind of realm type thing in there, I don't think it would hit quite the same. Again, I will say I'm invested in the story from what I've played. Like I said, I'm about 10 hours in. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. The character designs I think are really good. There's obviously still like a lot of the designs that Vanillaware is known for, the big boobs and the jiggle physics and everything, but it is tamer in this than I think in previous games. If you look at something like Dragon's Crown and you look at just like how absurd some of those designs are, this one is a little more subdued, but it still has that anime greatness. So if you like those jiggle physics, don't worry, it's still there. The music's excellent so far. And yeah, man, I mean, I'm definitely planning on playing more of it. It's giving me the Final Fantasy Tactics, triangle strategy, Fire Emblem vibe that I've wanted. And yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if its gameplay has a particular sort of identity to it relative to the other strategy games, because like obviously triangle
Yes,
strategy.
I think
has
it's an
stuff like-
RTS, isn't it?
It's semi RTS. So basically, the way that it works is there's not a grid, right? Imagine that it's like Fire Emblem, but instead of having a grid, and instead of selecting each character one by one, you can basically click pause, select everybody's actions, and then start the turn. And so essentially, it is like semi RTS. You can basically pause as many times as you want, and there's a time limit that's on the top of the screen. And when you're like, I want to change direction for some of these characters, if you hold X, it'll pause the whole screen. You can pick and choose which direction and what different tasks you want each unit to go in. And then once they actually run into another unit, it'll automatically start a battle between them. And then after I think it's like the first mission or so, you unlock the auto battle, not auto battle, excuse me. It's like the speed up battle, right? Where you could do it like double time, third time or whatever, or skip battle entirely, which is obviously something from Fire Emblem as well. And so once you kind of have the mechanics down pat and you're used to the actual gameplay loop, you could fly through these missions pretty quickly. And it's really a lot of fun. Like I like being able to change things on the fly. Just like how Fire Emblem is, different classes are good against other classes. So hunters, for example, are really good against thieves. You've got the characters with the really long pikes that can reach past other characters. It's really great. And I definitely urge anybody who likes tactical games to play this. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's coming out at a weird time though, because it's like a week and a half after Rebirth. So I think a lot of people are going to be busy. I think that RPG audience is still going to be busy playing Rebirth.
Waiting. I definitely want to play it, but
yeah,
Rebirth comes first.
Yeah.
wait for the sale.
The nice thing is, like I said, the demo is really sizable. It's 7 hours. I don't know very many other demos that are 7 hours and then also let you carry over your progress. So I would say, it's on everything. It's on the eShop and PlayStation and Xbox and stuff like that. You can go play the demo for like up to 7 hours. And so by the 7-hour mark, I think you'll know whether or not you like it enough to actually buy it. But yeah, I am a champion for tactics games. I want more stuff like this. So please give it a try for good old Rogers Base. Moving on.
Before you do,
ahead.
just
Yeah.
because you reminded me of something from the Splatoon DLC when you mentioned localization, because they did a fun thing. One of the new characters, Oct, is German and Dutch for 8, because it's like she's an octopus character or whatever.
Oh, she wants to be like Agent 8 or something?
No, because you are Agent 8. You are 8. You play as 8. You
Right.
customize your Octoling again to do the DLC. But Oct is another NPC that they brought in. And so it's German and Dutch for 8. And then in Japanese, she has a full name for some reason. It's Mizota, which is derived from giant Pacific octopus. And then her last name is Ahato, which is the Japanese rendering of Oct. But then in German, she's called Ahato. So they used the Japanese rendering of the German to keep the name not being the native language.
Oh, interesting.
Even when it's like in the native language.
Oh,
so that's the fun kind of shit that localization does sometimes, that they should be doing. This is changing it. Her name is supposed to be 8 in a different language, and so in the German it uses the Japanese rendering of the German 8.
That's cool. I like that.
That's cool. That I love that shit. And
shout out to all the localizers.
That was a neat thing, and that you reminded me of.
Yeah. Thanks for bringing that up. Some of the other announcements that were on this partner showcase, we're going to fly through some of these that are of less interest. Monster Hunter Stories is getting a port from 3DS. The original Monster Hunter Stories 2 is already on Switch, but Stories is getting a port. Disney's Epic Mickey Rebrushed is coming out.
Less interest? It seems to be more than a port.
Less interest, Roger?
What do you mean less interest?
How is that less interest? That's one of my favorite things from the show.
Oh, was it? Oh, well, please talk about it by all means.
Oh
Go
my
ahead.
god, I am so excited. This is risen to probably right next to Dawn Trail's my most anticipated thing releasing this year.
Wow, really?
I am so excited for this.
Dawn Trail.
Epic Mickey.
It has new shit in it.
Yeah.
Right?
Epic
I didn't know
Mickey
Mike was a 14 player.
Yeah, I love 14.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, he helped me fight Nidhogg in here for the first time with people in here.
Chelsea Nidhogg.
I missed this.
We'll be talking about 14 later in the year. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry. We'll have a whole episode, I'm sure, whether we want to or not.
Epic Mickey, to me, was always just a game that was so incredibly close to greatness. It had all the ideas, but the execution just wasn't always there. The camera wasn't that great, and the platforming maybe could have used some work. It kind of felt like licensed game platforming.
Yeah.
But I think they have a shot to nail it now, because they've said that they're adding in new abilities and new moves, including a dash, a ground pound, a sprint button.
Oh, see, I didn't hear any of this about this game. I saw the trailer, obviously.
Sprint
and
button
I
is
feel
really
immediately it looked better.
Yeah, because Mickey's kind of slow in that.
Yeah. Also, I see someone brought up in the chat, aren't you a voice in the original game, Roger, or was it the old one? And I said, yeah, I'm in the OG version, but I don't know if I'm in this or not. To be fair, my character is just this. I go, bleh. So it wouldn't matter. Yeah, exactly. So I don't think it probably is still in there. I don't know. You can play the game and find out, but I can tell you if you show me a clip.
Wait, that was you?
Bleh. Yeah,
Shut up.
we talked about this on the show before. Stupid. All right. Anyway,
Roger, have you ever seen the Epic Mickey concept art? The messed up.
I have the amazing one with Monstro and Epcot on the back of it and everything. Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Or these ones.
I wish the game actually looked like that. To be fair,
everyone does.
This does look better. This rebrush does look better than how it originally did. But man, yeah, these weird animatronic things on the Sid bodies and the scorpions with the Abraham Lincoln head.
Yeah.
I know.
What's your beef with Epic Mickey, bro?
I've been on a huge binge of interviews about the old Epic Mickey.
Yeah.
And Warren Spector mentioned that this is not what it was originally supposed to look like. This was not his original vision. He tasked the concept artists to work on this kind of stuff because they wanted to see where the line was with Disney.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I've seen the old concept art. Yeah, the creepy pasta.
By the way,
art.
Del, you're here real quick. I know you're
Huh.
excited about Epic Mickey, so you could touch on this. But real quick, we were talking Side Order before you left, and I know you streamed Side Order. What'd you think of it?
Dude, I love Side Order.
Right? It was
I'm like,
really good.
I love roguelikes. So for me, it was like a mix of both worlds that I love. So I think the upgrades are good. My only flaw was I wish it was like a little more in depth in a sense of like, I feel like an extra boss or two, maybe a hard option to have like 50 floors.
You wanted to go a bit longer so that the builds could get a bit crazier.
Yeah. Let the builds get crazier. Let it go on a little long because I feel
that's basically what I
in terms of
covered when we talked
roguelikes,
about
that is a light amount of floors.
Yeah, and in like build absurdity, is very light. Yeah, that's basically what I talked about. But I also mentioned how like even despite that, it was still extremely fun, despite how kind of like laid back and relaxed it is compared to what I kind of like wanted out of it.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I wanted it to be a little bit crazier, but I mean, I think it took me, I'd say, 5-ish hours to beat it. 5-6 hours.
Like your first clear?
Yeah, my first full clear. And but I have been replaying it. Like for me, it's fun enough that I've been going back and replaying it. I wish keys weren't tied to different weapons because people don't think of it as a problem. Because I just don't like being forced to use a weapon I just don't like playing to unlock stuff.
It's the completionist thing.
I know, but it's like I feel like the stuff you unlock is really cool that I want to unlock it without being forced to use like a weapon I just genuinely don't like.
That's why like you just keep doing runs and then you keep getting hacks and then like the weapons that you don't really like it doesn't really matter.
True. That's true. Also, I think if you clear a full set with any weapon, you get another key regardless.
Yeah, every single palette has 3 keys that you can get, and you get the 3rd key from clearing floor 30. So like you have to do a full run. It was actually the worst thing because I lost my first Brella run on the final boss, which meant I had to go do an entire 30 floor run with the Brella again to get that last key.
Dude, Jesus, that's the worst. I was doing an extra and yesterday I died at the final boss again. I was like, pain.
And then anything on Epic Mickey
right now.
Bring it back.
I'm excited. I liked Epic Mickey when I was a kid on the Wii. I think that game's fun. That Studio Purple Lamp is good. They did the remaster for Battle for Bikini Bottom, so I have no doubt this one will be very good as well. So, and I think he said he has an idea. Warren Spector said he has an idea for a 3rd one. So I wouldn't even mind if they skip the 2nd one and they just say, fuck it, let's just make a new one.
I don't remember the second game even being good.
Yeah, it's the Power of 2 or whatever.
Yeah, right. The one that was on Wii U.
Yeah. So I think I think it'll sell well. I feel like there's a lot of positive feedback and joy for seeing.
I've seen a lot of people say it's like their favorite thing.
Yeah.
In replies to like, what was your favorite thing from the Direct?
In the Direct.
I saw a lot of Epic Mickey.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know there's a lot of people in our audience whose favorite thing is going to be the next thing, which is Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance. This is the new version of SMT5. Zeph, didn't you say that you like played the original game and you really liked it or something on a previous episode?
Like it.
Oh, you don't like it?
No, I don't like SMT5.
Oh, okay. So you're not excited about this at all?
Unless they change a lot, no.
Okay. Well, then we got Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection. That's coming. That looks pretty neat. A bunch of other licensed stuff: Gundam, Sword Art, South Park, Super Monkey Ball, Banana Rumble. We touched on it really briefly, but this is the first new Super Monkey Ball in a long time. So why aren't you feeling too hot on this one?
The last one was ass.
Yeah, the last one, the 2 remakes they've made, Banana Blitz, they get a pass because Banana Blitz was already bad.
And they added a new girl that doesn't follow the naming convention.
Good.
Which one was Banana Mania?
Have they done that before, or is she the first one?
I
not be named
don't know.
like
There's a lot of
me or
monkeys.
I.
There's Doctor. There's doctors
Doctor.
in the game. But yeah, Banana Mania was not very good, so I'm a bit worried about this one. I like the new designs of the characters, honestly, though. Like, everyone looks very cute. It's a lot better than their Banana Blitz designs, but in terms of like the physics and the general art style and the mini games, I don't know. I'm worried. I want to be optimistic, but we'll see.
A game I know Ricky's optimistic about is World of Goo 2.
What?
Big fan of the original World of Goo. So Ricky, I remember playing World of Goo. Well, you liked it. You liked it in college. We played it.
I do. I actually do. That was a good.
I know. I was gonna say I was not making some joke. I know you liked the original World of Goo. Are you excited for the sequel?
Yeah. Not necessarily. Only because I don't remember that game like that. Like, what do you mean?
Nah, don't worry.
What do you mean?
Someone said something.
Okay, moving on then. We got Fantasy Life.
I don't know. I actually don't know who it was, but when Ricky said, yeah, I love the original World of Goo, someone said, yeah, you would.
Okay.
Well, okay, so Tito, it's either Tito or Shofu. It's either Tito or Shofu. It's one of the two. These idiots won't stop tonight.
Look, man, I'm over here cooking fucking chicken over here, playing Shrouded, minding my damn business, man.
It was also not me.
Okay, I bet. Okay.
Tito, you cooking?
Anyways.
Huh? What's up?
You cooking?
I am cooking, always.
Guys, he's cooking.
Something I'd be cooking is crab, but unfortunately, crab's kind of expensive, and I don't have it in my house right now. But I am looking forward to a game, another Crab's Treasure. This is the Souls-like crab game that was actually showed off during the direct. We finally got a release date for that. It's coming out in April of this year. I am actually genuinely really excited for this. It's probably like one of my most anticipated games from this partner showcase. I think it looks super funny. I'm also just kind of in the mood to play a Souls game in the lead up to the Elden Ring DLC, which is something we'll talk about, I think, really briefly. We got the trailer for that separate from the partner showcase. But yeah, this looks really cute. You run around as this little crab, picking up different items on the bottom of the sea, using them as your shells and using umami abilities like giant lobster claws and stuff to beat up other sea life. It's fully voiced. Looks really cute. I'm super excited for this. And again, April 25th is when that game comes out. Actually, this is, I think, what a secret bombshell of the partner showcase was, though, and that is the Suika game multiplayer update that they added. It is $1. Yeah, so they added a paid DLC for Suika game, which is, like I said already, like $3. You can get it for $1, and you can play multiplayer now. It's local multiplayer. You can attack each other using other different types of fruits. Looks super cute. I love the original Suika game. I've put like 90 hours.
They're adding online soon.
Yeah, they said they're going to be adding online as well, but currently it's only local.
Okay.
Yeah, but they will be adding online. And I love it. I'm happy with Suika game. We've talked about it on the show before. Very happy to see this. Also happy to see Pocket Card Jockey getting a port. That's the Game Freak game that was on 3DS. Recently came to Apple Arcade. It's basically just solitaire with horse racing, but it's legitimately a lot of fun. And I think that's also pretty cheap on the eShop too. So check that out. And
it was the original idea for Pokemon, the Pocket Jockey.
It was not I don't know where the hell you got that idea. It was the original idea of Pokemon. Where did you hear that? Anything that I said?
I just sometimes I try to contribute with facts that I think are real, but okay, never mind. I'm sorry.
Oh my god!
What made you think that solitaire horse race?
I saw a video. Huh?
What was the video?
Whoever made that video live?
Okay, Grandpa, let's get you to bed.
They're putting fentanyl in everything.
I just want to sound smart sometimes. You guys.
Speaking of fentanyl, I'd have to be on fentanyl to play that Ultimate game that got shown off here. And then finally, the last two announcements are the rare games coming to NSO: Killer Instinct, Blast Corps, Battletoads, RC Pro Rally. A lot of cool looking things. I'm actually really happy about Blast Corps, and I've never played the original Killer Instinct, which is kind of cool. So I'm happy they're throwing that on there.
Hope this is like a sign for more to come.
I think, without a shadow of a doubt,
DK64,
Diddy Kong Racing, and Perfect Dark, I feel all have to be on there at some point. If we got Jet Force Gemini, I think Perfect Dark, DKC, and DK64 are probably on the way at some point.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Do you think they would ever do Conquer, or would that be like?
No. I think Conquer is probably the one that will. Oh yeah, Banjo-Tooie will definitely happen as well at some point too. But no, I think Conquer is probably not going to be.
Get away from Microsoft to be like, hey, Toys for Bob, you want to make a Conquer game?
Well, they can't. Toys for Bob doesn't exist anymore, so
no, they still exist.
Still
They
does.
still exist.
Oh, do they?
Yes,
I thought it got reported.
They closed the studio. They closed the office, and they're all working remotely, but it still exists.
Ah, got it. Okay. Maybe they will make it.
Toys for Bob lives.
Yeah, that would be cool though if Conquer gets thrown on NSO at some point. I would love that. Also, someone brought up in the chat that I missed a game. Snake Rattle and Roll is another one.
Bro, how are you gonna miss Snake Rattle and Roll, man?
I don't know. I don't know how I missed that game. Unbelievable.
Dude, come on, man. Bro.
Yeah. I will also say shout out to Blastcore for its soundtrack. That is, again, one of those games like Bomberman Hero where if you grew up with the Nintendo 64, you probably distinctly remember the music. And even if you didn't, I would say go on YouTube and look up the OST for Blastcore. It is a vibe. It's very excellent. And speaking of something else that is a vibe, this was the closer of the partner showcase. Endless Ocean Luminous, which is the new Endless Ocean game, not a port, as previously rumored, a port of Endless Ocean 1 or Endless Ocean 2. This is a brand new game. You can dive with massive groups of people underwater, randomly generated sea life. And you just
they generate more frames.
I just don't like. I would have rather they ended on Epic Mickey than that. Why did they do that?
I was surprised this was the closer. Yeah.
Is it because you don't like taking showers or baths? That's why you don't like games about water?
I love taking showers and baths. I just don't need to take showers and baths with 16 people online.
I mean,
So
have you ever
like to do
played
it in
the
real
original
life?
Endless Ocean games before? They're fun.
I just mean like it's fine, but it's like the closer. Like I
think the
genuinely
reason-
feel like
Yeah.
Epic Mickey would have actually been a better closer. Like
I feel like the reason it was a closer is because it's such a big, like, niche, beloved cult game from the Wii era.
Yes.
And also, it's like a Nintendo IP. I think none of the other ones that
I
were in
guess,
here were
yeah.
actual Nintendo IPs, and so I think they wanted to end with something that Nintendo actually owns.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know why it was in the partner showcase. I'm assuming it's because of the
I don't know
developer Eureka. So Eureka is technically the partner, which is why I'm assuming they put it in here. But yeah, I mean, Nintendo owns the rights to the series. They publish it. If they ever want to make them, and Eureka is not the one to make them, I mean, they'll do it. And I think it's also been confirmed Eureka is making this new one too. So yeah, there you go. That was the partner showcase.
Yeah.
I mean, overall, I thought there was some good stuff in here. I enjoyed it.
It was solid. It was solid. It was. I feel like I guess people's expectations were higher because there's no regular direct and they removed like the mini from it. But I think maybe they just removed the term mini because it maybe makes it seem like it's not worth watching.
Maybe. But I mean, like this is pretty substantial. It was like 25 minutes. I feel like for everybody, there was at least 1 or 2 or 3 games that people were interested in. You know, I feel like everyone in this call was interested in a couple of these. Yeah. Well, right on. All right, moving on from the partner showcase then, I think we should probably talk about the number one topic of the show since we're an hour and a half in and we haven't touched on it.
One thing real fast.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
The viewer form is now live. So if you want to vote on stats for the Member Japan time, we're going to use it some way. It's up. You can go click it and fill out stats. It's 1 to 10 for viewers. Ours is 1 to 5. So this is 1 to 10. And they'll average out. And yeah, we'll see those later.
Right on. All right. Well, here we are. Pokemon Presents bright and early this morning. Today is actually Pokemon Day still when we're recording this. So happy Pokemon Day to everybody who celebrates. And Pokemon had a Pokemon Presents that was 12 minutes long.
You're a fucking idiot.
And just let me go with it, all right? Just roll with the punches. And yeah, they announced a bunch of updates for their mobile games. Pokemon Go is getting a crossover with the anime. Pokemon Sleep is getting the legendary dogs. Pokemon Cafe Remix is getting Gimme Ghoul and Goldango. Pokemon Masters EX is getting Silver and Tyranitar, and also the worst champion in the history of Pokemon. Pokemon Unite is getting Miraidon. And last but and Phalanx actually as well. They're getting Phalanx. And Cerulege. It's going to make you play Unite again?
Yeah. I'm going to dabble when Cerulege comes out.
Right on.
It's gonna make me try it.
I'm waiting for the Chinese beta that's going to rework the game. Whenever that comes around, sure. There's a thing. Okay, so in China,
Wait, they're actually doing a rework?
There's on the Chinese beta servers, there's like a version of Unite that gets rid of score being how you win. You win by actually taking the goals. Like it gets rid of like the middle Pokemon is no longer as strong. The goal is not just to score the most. Taking each goal and taking their final goal is how you win. And it's like they're testing it.
So basically, you can't win by playing the game like me anymore, where you're Talonflame and you just dive bomb in the middle. You get a bunch of
we
points.
weren't.
You win like a
I mean,
like a
I
normal
won. I
action
got a
like
higher
yours.
score than you still.
Yes.
You know, to be fair. But
You gotta
let's
defeat
see
the
how
base.
that did. That's
I mean,
why I
we
want
won.
that shit gone, so we can actually win by playing objectives. That's what I want.
that means I probably won't play the game then. Anyway, moving on. We have Pokemon trading card game Pocket, which I thought was Pokemon Milk for a second. It's not Pokemon Milk.
I'm hyped for this one.
This is the new TCG app that they're adding for phones where you get 2 packs a day. You can add to your digital collection. There's a new quick battle mode where you can play with friends.
This is just
It's
Pokemon Duel Links.
Pokemon Duel Links.
Literally Pokemon.
A little bit of Marvel Snap too, with the way you're looking at the art on the cards and shifting them around
No.
and things.
That's
No,
I mean, it is
that's a
Duel
reach,
Links, but
yeah,
but it is okay.
it's
I
literally.
think
Duel
that's just the thing that most mobile
Yeah.
card games do. Like,
oh
well. Can we talk about how that one guy freaked out like crazy when he pulled
Gardevoir?
Yeah,
He did. He was very happy to get Gardevoir.
I
I'm not
think it was
surprised.
crazy
Any other
in that.
audience? You said shout out to Fidel, Tito.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, right on. Yeah, so this is that new app. It's coming out at some point this year. This is their big thing for 2024. They showcased like the immersive art. They showed the Pikachu art where you basically go through the forest and you're looking at everything else that's in the forest, the Caterpies and the Ponytas, talking about how they're hard at work. Oh, go
That
ahead.
the trading isn't like too restrictive because they're giving you a lot of opportunities to pull packs, like the 2 a day. So you're gonna be getting a lot of stuff. But
It almost looked like it was implying that trading was local.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like with Nintendo and Pokemon and their obsession with local stuff. Like I understand like you're getting 2 free packs a day. I just don't know how available other cards are gonna be.
So
And
correct me if
it's
I'm
gonna be
wrong.
limited.
Pokemon Go, you could only trade locally too, right?
No, so what it is you can trade long distance, but the longer distance you are, you have to spend more points.
Ah, got it.
Did they say who's developing this?
I think it is
DNA.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
DNA that
Oh,
makes
yeah.
Pokemon Masters. Yeah.
Yeah, something I didn't know about Pokemon Go until very, very recently is that you can only trade a Pokemon once.
Yes, you can. Yeah. You can't trade it more than once. And then anyway, so after the TCG Pocket announcement, of course, this is the biggest news of the show. We got a trailer for the next Pokemon Legends game. Pokemon Legends A through Z or Z through A or ZAZA, whatever you want to call it. I think it is officially Pokemon Legends Z through A, right? Z to A?
Z to A, yeah.
Z to A, right? And yeah, we are skipping Unova. No Gen 2 remake as rumored, no Gen 5 remake. We are going straight to Kalos, baby. And we are getting a new Pokemon Legends game, and Mega Evolution is coming back. That was their big announcement for the show. Thoughts, everybody?
Very excited
Zeph,
for Pokemon Zeo.
Zeph, you want to go first?
No, I'm writing some shit.
Okay.
Right.
I will say, that the copium's gone. That I was happy. Mm-hmm. Then what?
No, go ahead, Gareth. You're good.
But I was with this one. I was happy because I really like Kalos. I think Kalos is my favorite region, and getting to actually revisit Kalos and actually go into more details about stuff because Kalos definitely felt like it was setting up for that Pokemon Z, and it just never happened.
Wrong. So well, you can only explore the city this time.
Right. So it's been further confirmed that the entirety of the game takes place in Lumio City this time around, and it's also been semi-confirmed the timeline of this. So I saw some people saying it was like the past and then building up Lumio City. I saw other people saying that it's like the far future and they're trying to redevelop it. It actually, I think, the time skip is just meant to be kind of present day. It's that they're trying to build up Lumio City to match the technology of today.
Okay, so you know how they drew like that sketch of a house?
Right, they did, right.
I was told that is like, I think 1890s, like mid to late 1800s.
Yes,
France. When that that one dude renovated the entirety of Paris.
Right.
So the game, so when they drew that, they drew over it, which is implying that like that's where they're starting from, and then they're trying to get to the Lumios of now. So I think the game is going to be like in 1800s.
I think it's gonna have
Paris.
both. Like you're gonna have gameplay that's in that industrial like revolution era, like the late 1800, early 1900 stuff, and then like also futuristic elements where those new megas might come into play. That's kind of why that visualization of that futuristic stuff's there. Again, that could all just be a stylistic choice for the trailer, but I feel like there is some sort of meaning behind it, especially with those 5 circles they showed. Like that obviously is something.
Different zones that you're exploring or something for sure.
And I also just think if you're also only playing in Lumio City for the entire game, it probably would benefit to have more than one time era to play in.
Wait, do you guys really think
I was thinking that
actually mean it?
What do you mean?
What?
Do you think they mean actually when they say it's literally you're just gonna be in Lumio City, or do you mean like
that's what this says.
That's what they're saying. Yeah, and I mean the map level pretty huge.
Entirely within Lumio City.
I get, because I took that as like that's like the hub, and you go to outside areas of the city.
Within. That'd be weird.
Yeah, I guess. Maybe then it's like Yakuza, because somebody said it might be like Yakuza.
Well, for sure. I mean,
like, those games are in like one city.
In one city.
I think
You can do a game in one city.
They're gonna do like Tears of the Kingdom, where there's gonna be the catacombs underneath.
Right.
Oh, probably. Well, there was some underwater tunnels too.
I was envisioning the game like, obviously if it's Legends, it has that gameplay style. I was thinking that the city starts fairly empty, and the more Pokemon you get, the more they start building areas around the city.
I would
they start building the shops. Yeah. You get side quests where people are like, I really need an all creamy to open this restaurant or
I think it makes sense not to explore the entirety of Kalos, because that's how Legends games work. You don't see the whole region.
Yeah.
You see the zones they give you for your
Roger,
missions.
I was presented with this idea. I would like to...
Let's hear it. Yeah, go.
Okay. So this game is just Death Stranding Pokemon.
Oh, it's a Strand game.
It's a Strand
game. It's a Strand game.
Right, okay. All right. You mean delivering goods?
Not so much the delivering, but rebuilding. Like
yeah, for sure.
It's like Tomorrow Children.
Yeah,
Pokemon. Yeah, I kind of like that.
There's
actually,
gameplay though. So
it
I don't think that's possible. Shut the fuck up with your walk. It's not. Stop with the cope. It's okay.
It has gameplay.
I am super interested in how Game Freak is going to differentiate the Legends label from other mainline Pokemon games, because I can't imagine everything from Arceus is coming over. Like, I don't think you're going to be stealthing in bushes and throwing smoke bombs in Lumios.
Yeah, no, because we're not in the past like that. Like,
I think the Legends. I think the Legends banner probably just. It's just says this is an action RPG, right? This isn't just
the banner across both games are different. They're written
and they look they look different. But I mean, like in terms of the actual, when I say the banner, I mean like the key type of genre of the franchise. I think this franchise is more supposed to be seen as action RPG versus like turn-based. Like obviously there's turn-based stuff in it.
Yeah, I think even more nebulous than that.
Even the way Pokemon's written is more like the regular.
I think it's just an excuse for them to revisit a region from a different perspective, regardless of how they do that perspective. I think it's just that simple.
I think it's just meant to differentiate it from like the mainline series and the whole like.
It is a mainline game.
No, I mean
that's what I mean. I mean,
it
is a mainline game.
Pokemon Scarlet, Violet, like.
Oh,
right.
Well, yeah,
Like
it's just their experimental titles.
Yeah, it's like meant to differentiate from like the turn-based combat.
It probably won't
conquer
have
the
online
conquer the gyms, blah blah blah.
It probably won't have like online battling and stuff because that's how the first game was.
I mean, the one thing I will bring up, this right in the very beginning of the trailer with the stuff with the unknown when they're walking, they spell out the name Suyu. Like, do you think this is a new name for Kalos? Like, what was up with that?
It's supposed to say "see but the unknowns are dyslexic.
Oh, so they spelled "see wrong."
Yeah,
they spelled Pokemon Presents wrong at the beginning of it too.
Yeah.
Did they really?
Yeah, the unknown.
Oh, weird.
Here's what I kind of want actually, or here's the first thing. I don't think catching will be a big mechanic in this game. I don't think it'll be the gimmick here. I think
the whole thing about it in the first game was because we were learning how to interact with Pokemon. We're gonna know that already.
Correct. So I think because of that, the big thing. I also don't think it will be battling. I think it will be more akin to like you're going to want specific Pokemon to accomplish certain tasks in the town and kind of use them like pals, basically, but not really. But like
a strand type game.
Yeah. Anyway.
So, he's reaching so hard.
Yeah, it's just like he's
Machamps this way.
So
it's power roll.
So he's going to be looking for like, you want to find a Machop and then you level it up to get a Machamp, because in order for the fucking construction, it's going to be like, and then it'll help you get better stuff and better
Well, they did that in the first game.
Yeah, but like in this game specifically, like the big thing about Arceus, the first game, was that, you want to catch all the mons, you want to complete everything, like, it's collectathon, that's how you get XP, yada blah blah. But like I think in this game it'll be a much smaller collection of Pokemon, and the big collectathon at the end will be like those big bosses, because there's like a billion legend. So in this particular region. So I actually think I think there's less than 100 Pokemon.
Less than 100, you
I think it's the same. I think it's the same scope as a normal like Dex, like probably 200, 300.
How many were in Legends Arceus?
Like 200 something flat or something. Legends Arceus Dex amount.
I'm curious to see
242.
It's a small dex already, even within the region, and then the dex in Legends is also condensed and curated. So because already you're picking the region with the smallest dex, I think, or at least bottom.
No, Kalos has the biggest regional dex.
Really?
By a long shot.
Really? I didn't know that. So then I am curious to see, because obviously the big thing is with Megas coming back and everything, I feel like they're still going to have new regionals in this one. I imagine there will be like Colossean something, right? Like that we're going to get Kalos regional Pokemon. That's such a key integral part now of these games. I would be shocked if they didn't end up doing that. And with Megas coming back, I'm also wondering, like with the title with Z and the A, I'm wondering if there's going to be like Z Megas and A Megas. Like if you're going to have different types of Megas, the same way we had like Mega Charizard X and Mega Charizard Y.
And I think the A thing might be a new Pokemon. Like, you know how Z is going to be for Zygarde. I think there's going to be an A, because the entire like lore of the Kalos starters is the World Tree stuff, and there's two animals on it that go unaccounted for.
So you think those are going to be maybe new Pokemon?
They could be part of it.
Zygarde form or a new. Well, the A kind of looks like the ancient weapon from the original Kalos games that causes the whole war. Like that's the other thing is I'm wondering if this is going to reference the war stuff at all. I always assumed when Pokemon Legends was going to make a Kalos game eventually that it would touch on the war in the time where like AZ used the ultimate weapon and all.
No, that's even further behind. Like I think that's still like 2,000 years prior.
But I'm saying I'm surprised that's not the direction that they went in. Not that I mind at all. I think it's cool, but
I've been saying this a lot. Is like I think there are a lot of things in the Pokemon world that we are meant to be told about but never see. Like the quote unquote original dragon that may or may not even exist because it's a myth.
Sure.
Like it's a myth, like how Kyurem is a myth where it came from space and started eating people. That's okay. The Kalos War is something we're never gonna see. We'll never actively see Cinnabar erupt. Nothing like that. There's some stuff we're just supposed to hear about.
I don't know. I still feel like we have to get new Megas in this, right? Like there's gonna be new Pokemon.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's what I'm curious
about.
My
take on this is so everybody is clamoring, trying to guess what the starters are gonna be. I think it's pretty evident the starters are just gonna be the Kalos starters. The only reason we got a selection of starters from the other regions in Legends Arceus was because exploring Hisui was a joint effort between those three regions, so he had those. So what I think is going to happen is they're going to just give us the Kalos starters and finally give them Mega Evolutions.
Yeah, Mega Greninja and Mega Delphox and stuff. I could see that happening. I mean, ideally, if they were going to give other starters, I think Snivy would be a really good choice. The thing looks French. I think Piplup would be a good one with Empoleon and Napoleon.
It would be weird to make.
He's right though.
Hey, he looks
it would
French.
be weird to make Mega Greninja when Ash Greninja exists.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, but then again, we have like 20 different forms of Charizard with Dynamax and Gigantamax
Yeah, I don't think it
and
matters.
X and Y. And
I feel like I also could just make it change Ash Greninja's name, just make it Mega. Just let it.
No, it looks like.
You think they're gonna retcon Ash Greninja to be Mega Greninja?
Like
No, or
I mean,
they
they
could just
already
not
changed it.
include Battle Bond in the game.
Yeah,
it's called
they've
Battle
already
Bond now.
essentially retconned Ash Greninja,
Got
and
it,
Scarlet and
got it.
Violet.
Can you still use it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's just tied to that move.
Battle Bond exists in Scarlet and Violet, but it doesn't transform Greninja into Ash Greninja. It just
Got
gives
it, got it, got
boost.
it.
So the other thing about that is the page that this originally came from is deleted now because it was from a Sun and Moon pre-release thing. But Ash Greninja and AZ Floette are the same phenomenon. So when Ash Greninja was revealed, it said this phenomenon is said to have happened once several hundred years ago in the Kalos region, but remains shrouded in mystery. They have the like exact same color palette and naming convention, and the method of obtaining it's really weird. So I'm wondering if that's going to be a plot point.
I feel like the AZ Floette's finally gonna be a thing now. I feel like they'll probably put that in here.
I feel like
wasn't
there's
that
some
unattainable
sort of
for a long
tie-in
time?
that, like, just because of the naming convention, there's got to be some small aspect of it. And I also think that like can help with the time travel bit as well.
Wait, what time travel bit?
Like how I said, I think the game's gonna have portions of the region in the past and then in the future. I think that like there probably will be some sort of time travel aspect in it.
Because of
Just the history of the games.
oh, okay. So not okay. So just because of where we are, not because of anything. Okay.
The other thing, I'm looking at this trailer again. I do feel like this will be a good opportunity to give megas to a lot of the Kalos Pokemon. Like I feel like just of the ones that we're seeing here, I'm like I could see a Mega.
It's really weird. Like Pyroar doesn't have one.
Yeah, Mega Pyroar, Mega Sylveon.
Yeah.
Mega Sylveon
They
will be
didn't-
broken.
Well,
They didn't give megas
were
to.
in the trailer.
That's what I'm saying,
They-
right? Is I think some of those Pokemon that were in the trailer, I think will probably end up getting megas because a lot of the other ones that are in there already have them, like Pinsir and Heracross and Gyarados and stuff.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure none of the Gen 6 mons have megas,
None.
right?
Nope.
Yeah. And even like
oh no, Audino's Gen 5, right? So no.
yeah,
no.
Aldino's Gen 5, and it's the only Gen 5 mon with a mega.
It's like Diancie, but she got added afterwards, right? That's
Right, right.
That's the one exception.
Most of the megas are Gen 1. I think a huge
Gen 1, Gen
majority
3,
of them are Gen
Lucia's
1.
a few as
yeah.
well.
And I think because this is coming out like 2025, obviously it's going to be very ambitious. So I think it's going to be hard to guess the story for this one, especially because with the first Legends game, they tied all the mythical and legendary Pokemon into plot points.
Sure.
And the ones in Kalos are they're pretty huge. Like Hoopa can do there's like a bunch of different ways they can go with that guy. Volcanion, maybe we can do something. I don't know. He's in a power plant, maybe the shutdown one.
See, that's the thing is I am wondering like the shutdown power plant, the ghost girl. There's a lot of like weird open lore things from X and Y that I think they'll probably end up resolving in here. Yeah.
What the hell's the ghost girl?
There's a ghost girl in like Gen 6 and
yeah.
Oh, where she like walks away
pills.
and you never find out anything afterwards.
Yes.
Is that the
Oh.
Yeah, where you don't get like any information about it.
She just walks away and says some cryptic shit.
She says you are not the one.
Right, right.
Interesting.
And also in Oris, every time the camera pans around Phoebe, there's a ghost girl.
Yep. Yeah, so maybe we'll get more. And obviously, Oris had mega evolutions and stuff too. I actually saw somebody bringing up that maybe the Delta could have something like the A could be read as Delta and might have something to do with the Delta episode.
That's not a Delta thing, really.
I mean, it kind of looks.
I don't know. I think the A is going to be related to a legendary Pokemon.
Yeah, yeah.
And Zygarde and that thing are going to be the most important. Xerneas and Yveltal still have to do stuff, obviously.
Oh, I'm sure they'll probably have new forms.
Get new forms, yeah.
Just like how we had origin forms of Dialga and Palkia.
I'm wondering the direction they're going to go. Like they could do very easily a Team Aqua and Magma cultist thing with Xerneas and Eviltal, but I also think there's gonna be I think it's gonna be evil scientist of some sort again.
Yeah, like they're gonna do something that's like, hey, it's Team Flare, but it's not Team Flare because it wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, that's exactly what I think. Like when I was watching the trailer again and looking, you know how it says like confidential and then it lists the thing off with Lumio City. I'm thinking that maybe it's something
of Zero Sick, that dude.
I was thinking it's like a Neo Team Flare.
Which guy is that?
That's putting together because
Zero Sick
the whole
is the
thing.
fat bald guy with the glove.
Oh, okay,
and the Malamar.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
I was the whole thing in X and Y, right? With what's it called? With Lysander, was that he wanted to make everything beautiful, right? Wasn't that the whole thing? Is like he wanted to make the and destroy everything. So and this whole concept of like the redoing of Lumio City is meant to like create this new version of the city where Pokemon and people live together. I feel like the reason why it says confidential on the listing at the beginning and you see Lumios, I think is probably because this is like a plan by Neo Team Flare that seems good, right? Where they're trying to rebuild the city, but in actuality, they're doing something like hacking the mainframe and trying to rebuild things. Maybe Zero Sick has something to do with it, whatever. But
well, I think the Lumios Tower is gonna be hiding the ultimate weapon.
Totally, yeah. There's gonna be something either within it or some tie to it, yeah, without a shadow of a doubt.
I think they should do a lot.
I heard you
with
say
Koopa.
Ultima weapon, and I lost my shit for a second.
Not Ultima.
Like,
Crossover of the century.
Yo, the Ultima weapons in Pokemon.
I have a question.
Yeah, what's up?
The Geosenge thing. How long was that there for? Does anyone know how long that existed? Because like that could maybe tie into this game.
I don't know if it's even ever mentioned.
Oh.
It's just a weird town.
So yeah, maybe that could still show up in this.
Well, the thing as well, it's like because that was a big thing in the original Legends is the battle system. Like I think this game's going to be a little bit more battle heavy actually. Like I just don't get the feeling based off the aesthetic because the Legends game was so based off plot. And if it's a different plot, then I have to assume based off the first game that the mechanics will follow the plot. And if the plot of the first game is we don't know shit about nothing, catch everything. So let's catch stuff. Well, that's not the plot of this game most likely, which means that it's probably going to be more battle oriented. But I actually do like the battle. Like it was different enough to be engaging and fun. So I hope they kind of do something similar where it's like different, but it's also like, look, man, when I mega evolve something, I want to be able to control that shit and actually do this shit like an action RPG. That's what I want, man.
So what are some megas that you think are going to be in this? Just curiously. Just like rattle them off. Anybody.
Mega Noivern.
Mega Aegis Slash.
Yeah.
Someone said Pyroar earlier. Pyroar is probably one.
Are you talking new ones or just any of them in general?
New ones that like will be in this one. Because obviously, again, I think we're going to get new megas. I'm assuming most of the megas that were already existed will probably be coming back. But I feel like in terms of new ones, who do you think you're
Megas
Halucha.
Whatever the starters are.
For sure, the starters.
Halucha's getting one.
Oh, Mega Halucha would be cool.
I got a great one. No one's gonna see coming. Mega Meowstick.
Mega Meowstick would be cool too. I'd like that.
Klefki's gonna turn into a Master Key.
I like that.
No, Klefki's gonna turn into a fob.
You're gonna turn into a.
Hey, what if
actually? That's a really funny idea.
Dude, that's the thing. Yeah, what if that's actually a thing? The megas are related to like future
rebuilding of stuff. I love that
Not
actually. That's
Iron
great.
Key. Like he's just Iron Key. Like,
Yeah, it just gets turned into a fucking Honda Civic.
Just a
Fob.
fucking garage opener.
I kind of love that actually.
Civic?
Garage opener Klefty is a great idea.
I do think that like I think Talonflame. Like I would like
Talonflame would be great. Sure.
like Bird. Like even though fuck that thing was broken on release.
I think Heliolisk could be cool.
I would like that.
Yeah,
Helios could be great.
Especially since like
Let Helio. I think all these the
Vespa Queen
Kalos
would be
Pokemon.
fire. I would love that.
The Kalos Pokemon that have the weird addition of
Luxor
normal
as well.
type. If they mega evolve, it'd be cool if they lost it. Like Heliolisk became Dragon, Pyroar became something.
Well,
And what's the other one? Go-Go?
Go-Go.
Yeah, Go-Go.
Yeah.
Go-Go, it's one.
Are we under the impression that all the new megas will be Kalos Mons? Because
I think a large majority will.
I think a lot of them will be. Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I kind of hope not.
I also hope not.
Because I'd like to see stuff like
You want it to be
Mega Lux Ray and just
I think
that
it's
haven't
just
had
gonna
shine,
be
just getting megas.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like X and Y, where it was a mixture, but it'll lean more towards Kalos this time because it got like nothing.
Well, I mean, but the Kalos decks, it's like most of it is not Kalos Mons, right? Like it's mostly.
Yeah, because there's only like 60 Kalos Pokemon.
Yeah, there's rarely any added.
Yeah, so like I'm thinking of like they can spin the block on some of these shit that they might have missed. Like even though there's a lot, like I know Gyarados is there. You have Sharpedo. You have.
Well, we're also gonna get Kalosian forms of Pokemon.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Oh, yo,
yeah.
give me like Kalosian, like fucking, like give me like a new, like a Butterfree or something like give me like some shit like that. Like I want like new, not Gen 1, but like specifically. Even though
I'm trying to think of like construction related Pokemon or like.
Yeah, I mean, Conkeldurr is probably gonna be one.
Ooh,
yeah,
crazy Mega Conkeldurr.
I think it would be like a.
Could we get
Kalosian Conkeldurr?
Yeah, right. Like, well, are they? That's a good question. Are they going to do Mega Colosians?
Like
Colosian? That's.
Are they going to make a new Colosian, but then they're going to mega those Pokemon as well? That'd be kind of wild. Yeah.
Oh my god.
They could
mega
do that with
regionals.
the starters.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I guess that's true. They could. Yeah.
Are we under the impression, or rather the assumption, that there will be no actual like PvP?
I think it's only going to have trading, and I think it'll have, like you can do like co-op hunts and stuff. But I don't think they're going to do PvP because it's going to be like it's going to have the strong and agile style shit still in a way that isn't balanced for human versus human.
So I agree with that, but I also think for their tournament scene, because like they don't care that much, but they care enough about like VGC, right? And I think, I mean, I could just be wrong. Maybe they just leave VGC on.
I mean, they're on regulation F. Like they went A, B, C, D, E, F, in terms of like the level. Like that's the rule set that they're on. They're on the fourth rule set of the game. So
yeah, but they can switch whenever. But yeah, I get what you're saying. This is like, to me, it's like if they're pushing this back, where rumored that this was going to be Switch 2 got pushed back, then it's like if it's going to be that long, they could make a thing so you could do that in this game, just so like you can play in the new game and you're not still on Scarlet and Violet for like another year doing VGC shit.
True.
Yeah,
I know so little about France. I can't think of good Colosian forms.
They can make a Dash Fund.
I mean, there's Escavalier, which is basically, there's
Escavalier could work.
Escavalier's there. The other one who I never can remember that's in the same.
Selgor.
Yeah, a Selgor. Thank you.
Technically, they could do Lucario if they wanted to, because another thing that's in France is like the Louvre, so there's a lot of like Egyptian and that kind of stuff within like the Louvre itself.
You also get also get that Lucario in X and Y.
I would.
Oh, that's right.
Some kind of art related clue. Like there has to be.
Smeargle?
Yeah.
Some Smeargle. Yeah, that'd be cool.
I'm putting money on forms or megas of Volbeat and Illumise.
I wouldn't be surprised about Smeargle, actually. There's a lot of artist trainers in the original game who use Smeargle.
That's also wild. Yeah, Volbeat and Illumise, and it's based on Paris, which is known as the City of Lights. And you haven't had anything with them at all. I thought for sure they were going to get megas a long time ago.
No,
I like that.
I think they'll be like they will mega and they will lose the same type but gain different like opposite, like they will go from like an ice and a fire to like a bug ice and a bug fire.
I love that. That's cool.
Or something. I think it'll be
Well, they're lightning bugs.
Yeah. That's true. Maybe they both mega into a bug electric and they're just both Vicavolts.
There you go.
Yeah. I mean, I'm the thing I like about the Legends game specifically is just that I love the aesthetic. The fact that I like it when mechanics back up plot and world building.
Sure.
And in most mainline Pokemon games are just plug and play. Whereas This one, Legends, felt very refreshing because it felt like what I was doing was attributing to the story, as opposed to what I was doing was just what I was doing, and I was going to get the story afterwards. So whatever the mechanic is, because I do think like it's not going to be catching. Like I just don't think it's going to be catching. It's going to be
like
something.
You're
else.
saying like how much of an extent can they go with this where it still feels like a Pokemon game?
Correct. So even if it's like not gym battles or whatever, like what or it's a collectathon, like I still like there's I don't know what it is, but I hope they came up with a way for it to feel like I am building Lumiose mechanically as well as narratively.
Sure.
I have a feeling it's gonna be like a bunch of side quest stuff where it's like you got to do this many things in Lumiose to progress to the next part of redevelopment or research or whatever.
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say because we were talking about kind of where I think you will go on, for lack of a better term. I think you're going like Monster Hunter hunts. Like the world will be your hub, and you'll get a side quest, and then you'll go out to an area. You'll be in that area, and then you'll fuck off and come back. But it'll be like a Monster Hunter scenario.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure all the story will happen in the city.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But like you catch Pokemon outside of it.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah, that totally makes sense.
It just depends on how big this I think that's going to be the make or break on the game, how big the city is.
Or like what exactly those zone areas are, right? Like if those are just like gym kind of areas or trial areas, or if those are
one of them, I think
let me look at the cows.
One of them is I think you build it up like your specific way because there's like it's empty and has one building. So I think it's like a home area.
Well, so Lumiose is like right in the fucking middle of the whole region, if I'm looking at this correctly. So you can go you can go anywhere. You got the lakes right up to the north, like you got the desert directly on the left. Like you can kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like you kind of go anywhere. Right? That's hold on, let me put it in here. Like this is fucking yeah, hold on. Let me put it. Like okay, so in the center right there, that's Lumiose, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have whatever that desert is on the left, and then you have is that Snow Point?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Snowbell.
Snowbell, excuse me. What's Snow Point? That's another thing.
So
Snow Point's from Sinnoh.
Yeah.
But then you have Snowbell on the right. So you already have you have two biomes already. You have a marshland, you have we're locked in.
Yeah, there's enough like variety in the environments where I feel like you could end up doing that. Well, right on. I mean, the other big thing that I think we haven't really touched on at all in regards to this game, which is surprising, but I think it's like the biggest story about this, is that this is going to be the first game. I think it's the longest, right? We've gone in between any of the mainline games. We are skipping a mainline game. This hasn't happened in a while. We're skipping a year. 2024 is not getting a mainline game. This is coming out in 2025. And I think most of us are happy about this, right? This allows them to cook. This allows them to work on the game and make it actually good.
That's the hope. But again, it's Game Freak. So I kind of need to see something.
Yeah.
Before I start hoping.
I guess that makes sense. And then the other thing I've seen a lot of people saying is people thinking this is going to be a launch title for Switch 2. They specifically say this is a Switch game. I do not think this is a Switch 2 game. I think we're looking at a situation.
It's literally like the DS.
Right. Like if you guys remember Black and White 2 came out in 2012. The 3DS came out in 2011. I think it's just a matter of wanting to put it on as many systems as possible. Obviously, Switch 2 is going to be backwards compatible. So if this comes out the same time or around the same time as Switch 2, people might consider it as somewhat of a launch title because obviously it'll run better on that system. But no, this is most definitely going to be a Switch game. This is a Switch game.
Yeah, but imagine if it wasn't backwards compatible.
That would be wild. Yeah, I mean, but I don't think that's going to end up being the case. One thing that I want to ask, though, because he's been awfully quiet during this segment, and I feel like normally he is the man who has a lot to say about Pokemon, is Shofu. How do you feel about Legend Z?
You talking about Pokemon Legends ZAZA?
ZAZA, how do you feel about it?
I mean, I agree with what Tito said, like about depending on how big the city is. But I like it, especially because they showed the mega Pokemon symbol at the end there.
I think the city's gonna be incredible. Like, we're not used to it because of Pokemon having 2 buildings per town, but I think it's gonna be like incredibly dense and be a city the size of a region, because of that.
I mean, even if it's not the size of a region, I mean, they could do a reasonably sized city. I mean, like, you've got Midgar for most of, if not all of Final Fantasy Remake, right?
Yeah.
You've got Cyberpunk, obviously, is in a city. Spider-Man, GTA. I mean, a lot of these games take place in.
I agree with you, Roger, but you have to remember who we're talking about here.
No, I know this is Game Freak, but I mean, to a much lesser scale. I mean, you could still make a sizable city environment.
Yeah, even if it's a Switch game, it's gonna be dog shit to walk through.
Well, unless they split it up in terms of zones or something. I mean,
yeah,
that was already the case with the original, right? With like the original Lumio City, you would go through different zones and load them up. So I don't see why this would be any different.
It just has to.
It definitely has to be more than just
setting,
a city, though.
It has to not be empty. That's like the risk you run with
Right.
that kind of thing. That's why those other games kind of work, is they populate the shit out of them, so you can just go anywhere and keep finding stuff. But I don't know if Game Freak's gonna do that.
I actually think it's gonna start empty. Like, I think that's how the game starts. Like, I think there's like gonna be like 10 people, and the more you level up, the more populous it becomes. Because the whole point is that you want to get to the point where you're creating the framework for what we know as the Lumios of today.
Sure.
Well, I think it's still already lived in because the blueprint had people in it.
Oh, okay. Did it?
It's
Do you
just
think you're playing?
It's just before like the big renovation. It's still like a huge city.
Oh, okay. So it's like
It's
going
just
from like
before
wood
all
and
the-
stone
No,
buildings
it's
to,
not
like,
starting
metal
at
shit.
square one. No. They're building
okay.
onto the city. It's like
It's
already
like
been established.
In
right.
our timeline, it's at the peak of the Industrial Revolution for France.
Oh, okay. Ooh.
Are you gonna play as an urban developer? Is that your role?
I mean, that's kind of what we're speculating. We don't know. You know, you were talking Industrial Revolution in France, and I'm thinking of French revolutions and stuff. You know what I want to see? I want to see Colossian King Gambit, and I want it to be based on a guillotine. That's what I want. That would be
They
sick.
could turn the musketeers into French.
Oh, that would be cool.
Give Surfetched a bag.
Yeah, Surfetched.
Oh, Surfetched, Colossian Surfetched would be awesome.
Let's go.
How would that work, though? Would you have a Colossian Farfetch'd as well? Then, I mean, I guess they've done that with Meowth. They've done that with other Pokemon.
And the leak is a Rapier.
Oh, I like that. Okay, cool. So he's like normal steel or something.
He's just Raphael from Soul Calibur.
I like
except,
that. That's
except
cool.
not the vampire.
I like the idea of a Colossian Surfetch'd would be awesome.
So does he start off as a Farfetch with a croissant? I don't
what?
know what
Farfetch with a beret maybe or something.
Yeah, bro. We got that bread dog. The bread dog's gonna be in the game too.
Oh,
it's gonna be a croissant.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
Oh, makes sense.
What's his name?
What the fuck is that bread dog's name?
Fido.
Fido. That's right.
Dakwoon.
And he'll be little croissants and stuff. That'll actually be cute. I like that.
I want a croissant now.
Me too. That sounds great.
Fucking love croissants.
Well, anything else you guys want to talk about in terms of this Pokemon ZAZA news? Anything we didn't touch on before we wrap this sucker up for the day?
They made a
Ricky definitely wants to wrap around Drake sucker.
No, just
what?
You're done.
That's different.
Done.
You're weird.
That's done.
They released a mod for Twilight Princess that lets you play with 16 people at once.
Twilight Princess.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I want to see, because that's what Zeph usually does. I want to see what everybody's playing.
I mean, what else is everybody playing? We talked a lot about
we know what everyone's playing in 2 days.
Oh yeah, for sure.
No, not me. I'm waiting. Not me.
We are waiting for what?
I took
I'm not buying a PS5.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting because
PC release. I understand.
Oh no, not that. No, not that. I'm just waiting so that way I don't want to I have a lot of people in my chat who are also playing, so I want to give them like a couple days to play it and then.
That makes sense.
That's what I usually do with story games. I did. You know how hard it was to do that shit with God of War? I did that shit with God of War. I waited 2 days.
I
Zeph,
took 2 days
you-
off
you
work,
don't-
so I have a long weekend. And just no life that game.
You don't have to buy a PS5.
What?
That's all I'm saying.
It's
gonna take-
to play the
I
game
was
right
gonna
now.
say, I
you
think
do.
You could go to Best Buy has at least a 1 week something return policy. You go there, you get the PS5, you stay
Okay,
up for
man.
about 7 days, and then you return it. That's
I
the
will.
smart
I
thing
will
to do.
say. I will say that
him to leave
I
his
do
house
not
twice in 1
think.
week?
I don't think 2 days will be enough
Oh
to
my
even
gosh.
bum rush through some of the stuff.
I ain't doing that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I took 2 days, then I don't work weekends.
Oh, okay, great.
Like
So
a
4
weekend.
days. There's a lot of
wow.
content in this game. I think
Oh yeah, I know. I'm
gonna
expecting.
be a while. Yeah.
Or are we showing these?
Yeah, we can show these.
Oh, the cards? Yeah, let's show the cards. That's a good way
I
to
got
end
the
the
best
show.
ability.
Give some teasers.
Actually, no.
Ricky,
I
do you want to explain the cards? Do you want to talk about the cards? Read out the abilities. I'm gonna hand this. To you.
Shofu can do that, but what we can talk about is the fact that the Spiff merch thing has been. You guys have been going absolutely bananas. You're going crazy. Thank you for the support on the new collaboration, and we definitely want to see if you guys can place more orders before we have to make our own order. And
Okay,
the cards
that's-
are
okay.
part of the incentives.
Okay.
You take it away.
Now let's try this again. Thank you so much for supporting. What Ricky should have said is that we're getting ready
You
to
tell
do
me.
the bulk order. So if you want to get your order in, to make sure that you're gonna be able to get it as soon as it arrives, like as soon as they ship them out, you want to be one of the first ones to receive it. Make sure you get your order in coming up soon because the bulk order is coming up. And yeah.
And where can people buy those things?
Spitspace.com/Japantime or spit.space/Japantime.
Fantastic. And for everybody who buys one, we'll be sending you a Nintendo Switch. So make sure to get those orders in.
TNT inside
Clearly
of it.
see
That's actually illegal.
That was a joke. Okay. That was a joke.
That was a joke?
Yes.
We're not actually doing that?
No.
We can't bundle
All
free
right,
switches with the
let's
orders?
look at these cards. Show if you can bring up
Wait,
that
is that
picture
really
from Roger.
illegal?
Probably.
You can't bundle if you go, buy this, then you.
No, you
I don't
can't
think that's
lie.
illegal.
Oh, Roger, we've been over this
Oh,
five
we
million
can't lie.
times.
Oh, right, of course. Oh, yeah, and that
Ghost,
was a
what the
lie.
fuck
We're
is
not
your
actually
card,
doing
bro?
that.
I don't know. Ricky made some dumbass shit,
Ricky
bro.
came up with all these.
Oh, okay.
What do you know?
it
That was
was-
I asked you, and then you
No,
you didn't
you
veto
didn't.
it. You said you
Let
wanted
me
it like
tell
that.
you,
It
it was worse. It was much worse.
What
we got
is
it back to
Hey,
this.
yo! Ricky really the freakiest person on earth.
All right, so let's read some of these out. What
This
are
is
our
actually
abilities?
crazy.
What are our abilities and
You can read yours, Roger.
Well, you start with Shofu. You start with Shofu, and then you keep going or something.
all right, well, Shofu's
What are
ability.
these weights?
Hold on.
Shofu's ability is never broke, and it says you can show an opponent $1,000 at any time and go band for band, and you get +10 attack when active.
Ain't nobody trying to go
broke.
ban for ban anymore.
He's got hands up. Is his
Impossible.
hands up is his base attack, does 20 damage, and then roast. If your opponent is fatherless and has never filled out a job application, the attack obliterates them from existence, does 500 damage.
500.
That's pretty good. Says here,
That actually pairs up with another card. Yeah.
his description also says this powerful legend possesses a deadly arsenal of firearms. When heated, he can spit flames 69 times hotter than the surface of the sun. There you go.
Sounds like a real Pokemon card.
Okay.
So who's next? Who's next?
Then
Who wants
what's
to read the
going on
next
with
one? Let's
Tito?
go. So Tito's ability, it says this show sucks. And it says Tito does 2 times damage to all Japan Time members. So he does double damage to all of us. And then Justice for 3 energy. It says, as arbiter of truth and justice, Tito never forgives those who are horny on main or dumb in general. If he has evidence against either the defending target, you win the game. Otherwise, it does nothing. It does 100 damage base. And it says, whether beaten, battered, or bruised, this unstoppable force will never submit to any opponent. Rather, he keeps moving forward. So that's Tito with
How am I
200
6 feet
HP.
tall and 100 pounds?
Yeah, some of these heights and weights are kind of weird.
I
I don't know. I don't know how I'm 140.
I mean, you guys can go back and review.
Doesn't make any sense.
You niggas didn't give me any information when I was making these cards. Whatever. You keep going. Whatever.
All right, so then
Don't
Coast.
read that one. Don't read that one. Don't read that one. Don't read that one.
Coast has 69.
You have to
HP.
recoast.
Coast, his ability is C for C, which says if you come while this card is on the bench, it'll be switched while you're on the field. If you come onto the field,
no.
If you come onto the field, bro,
this one.
stop get out of the dirt.
In the
No,
show.
because Ricky, you don't understand what that shit used to be. It was much worse. Okay, but I'm still looking at this card. Yes, it was worse. I'm looking at this card. It still says Faku staff, and it can't say that. So it's like, what, Ricky?
Why can't you say? Why can't you say that?
It's
Faku staff.
Roger.
Faku's a hentai website.
Yes.
Yes. But it's one of co-sponsors. But it's one of co-sponsors.
Yes, it's a hentai website. We can't put that on a card.
But it's one of his sponsors.
We cannot put that on
Yes,
a
we can.
on
Yes,
this
we
thing.
can. So anyway, the thing that bothers me more than anything else is Nintendo gaming is a fine base attack. The thing that's surprising to me is his
don't read this.
insurrection. Is his
It's
attack
not
with free
insurrection.
energy.
Read it correctly.
And it says, unprovoked and unprompted, the user will hold a large public exhibit. Oh, I can't read this.
I
can't read this.
Coast one, it was worse. It was worse. And it's
You're
still
right. I can't read this.
I thought the names changed were good.
I can't read this one. I can't.
I'll tell you, Roger.
Okay, I see.
Here's the thing.
I had to change the name on yours because the name of your attack was also crazy. You got to get that shit changed.
Wait, no. Okay, let's go to mine actually, real quick. Well, hold on.
Just skip it because Ricky needs to no. You're done.
Well, hold on. But the description of Coast, it says the Ganon main's ceaseless lust for masochism drives him to depraved forms of suffering. The more pain he receives, the more his power grows. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, you know.
This is spot on with Coast. I know. Whatever.
So then my card, I have 390 HP. My ability is Unchained, and it says that I get plus 20 HP for each dark energy attached to me. And then my main attack is Never Forget. And it says if your opponent has ever left an angry comment on one of Roger's videos or Japan Time videos, this attack will kill them immediately. If not, flip a coin for the number of fire energy attacked to Roger's base, and it does 40 times the number of heads. And it says tread lightly, though appearing harmless when unchained, Roger can cut with words sharper than steel. There you go. I like
so. I guess obviously you get Never Forget. Yeah, it was just the numbers before, and it's like, what are we doing? What are we doing? We can't do this.
Oh, the card. No, I think it was that the damage was 9/11. Was the damage?
No. The ability, the name of the attack was just 9/11, and it's like, what is
that is absurd considering my background. That is absurd considering my background is a skyscraper in that image. What in the world? What makes you think that would be?
I'm trying to let Ricky run with this, but sometimes I look at these cards. It's like, okay, bro, bring it back.
Oh, so we have you to blame.
Oh my god!
I can't do everything. I wanted someone to take this. So Ricky's like, oh yeah, I got it, bro. I was like, okay, cool.
You have the
something
power
else.
to stop at any point.
So you allowed this,
right?
Clearly,
I have been coveted to make changes, but yeah, it's been allowed for now.
you thought it was more important for these cards to happen than to make sure someone other than Ricky did them.
That's
what I'm hearing.
That's facts.
I mean, okay, who wants to do them?
No one.
Look, hey, if I'm presented with the choice
And
between
there
these
it
cards
is.
happening and Ricky doing them, I'm choosing the cards not happening.
Yeah, I'm also choosing the cards I have.
Then okay, Ricky can carry on. Unfortunately, carry on.
no, hold on. I do think it's funny that
I'll do them.
do
All
it.
right.
Am I getting money for it?
Probably not. No.
No, I don't
This
want
is
to.
a paid. This is
You
this,
do
this
kind
is a
of.
volunteer
You
job.
get money
for
from the merch. I guess it goes into the pot. But
I haven't seen a
not like-
dollar from any of this.
$1? You want $1 to make
That's
the card?
that's my money too. Oh man.
All right. Well, with that being said, I think we're gonna wrap it up here.
Oh, yeah, one other thing. We're
Oh,
in,
one
we're
other
in
thing,
talks
okay.
of another like bonus incentive. If you order by a certain date, we're not set on that, but basically we'll announce when or if it's gonna happen. But you'll to pay attention to like we'll announce on the
bonus
show and on the
incentive.
Twitter stuff. Yeah, just probably not something too crazy, but something like, hey, if you ordered, and this will be retroactive, people already ordered. But if you ordered before we do the bulk shipment to something to say thanks for supporting.
Well, that's awesome. All right. Well, cool.
Imagine,
Well, thank
this
you.
is only 4 of the 11 cards. Imagine what
Well,
the
plus,
other ones say.
And
don't
like-
we have the trainers and supports and stuff too?
There will be other cards, yes.
Yeah,
Like
it's a whole
Roger's
deck.
dad,
It's
we
a whole
showed that
game.
one.
Yeah,
We're going all out.
I don't think we're gonna show off the extra cards, but like
Well, we
those will
showed
exist.
some of them. We showed the Lola Bunny one last time. We showed
Yeah.
my dad.
Yeah, we.
Well, are we not doing Lola Bunny anymore?
No, I didn't say that.
No. That one is definitely.
I was like, we're definitely doing the Lola Bunny card for sure. I don't know what the other ones are. I'm not going to leak them. You guys are just going to have to wait and see. So thank you all for joining us again this week. We'll be back in less than 2 weeks. It'll be 2 Mondays from now. It'll be no, it won't actually. That's a lie. It won't be 2 Mondays from now. I actually don't know when the next show will be. If the next show is the 11th of March, I will not be on it. But there might be a Japan Time without me.
No, there won't. It's over.
There won't?
Show just ended right now.
Okay, so
then on the YouTube upload, cut it right there when I said that.
Oh, okay. Well, with that being said, then I guess we're going to wrap the show up. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. Greatly appreciate it. Let us know in the comments down below what your favorite announcement from today's Pokemon Presents was. Shout out to all the people who've been watching the shorts on YouTube. The shorts have been popping off on the YouTube channel. If you are not subscribed, Japan Time Podcast on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. We're closing in on 5,000 subscribers, which is lovely. Make sure you join. You can hear Obi in the background cheering us on, saying he wants you guys to subscribe. And if you don't subscribe, then I don't know, then your life will be meaningless. So make sure to subscribe. Thank you all for joining, and we will talk to you guys in 2 weeks.